Oh yeah, it's time to talk. Ready to talk to me? Ready to talk to you? Oh yeah. So yeah, man, that was a good fight this weekend. This past weekend, we got two cards this weekend. Two. We got a Golden Boy show on Friday. Gabby's headlining that. I already did my last look on that. I got Gabby winning the fight. For those that didn't see it, it's the second to last video that I uploaded, the one I uploaded earlier today. So there's a Golden Boy show on Friday, and there is a Matchroom show on Saturday in the afternoon. Dalton Smith is going to be fighting. The fight is of some consequence because Dalton Smith is the mandatory challenger to the WBC title. So obviously, he has to make it through that, and hopefully he looks good doing it. He's been looking good so far, but he's got to fight Alberto Puello. What it do? Kane, what it do? You know what I mean? He got to fight Alberto Puello. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know if he beats Alberto. I don't know. That title would be better off in the hands of a fighter who can actually sell and somebody who can entertain an audience. I would not call Alberto a fan-friendly fighter, but he is a skillful fighter. You can give him that yeah, the dude can fight. He can box. But, Dalton is his mandatory challenger. I don't actually know that Dalton beats him. I don't know. Shout out to Keenan. Shout out to Mr. G. What it do? You know what I mean? I don't know. Be a good fight if they can make it. I don't think the PBC is going to give them a problem with Alberto in the sense that they not making no money off of that dude. That dude, nobody know that dude, He may as well not be champion because nobody know that dude, right? And the only way they're going to be able to get money off of him is if somebody else uses him and they take their cut. That's the only way they're going to get money. You can't main event with Alberto Puello. You know what I mean? What it do, Corky? What it do, MW? What it do, Keenan? So we got to see. I've been liking how Dalton has been looking, right? But he's fighting a lot of aggressive guys is what I noticed. When you put him in there with a Jose Zepeda, well, that's an aggressive fighter. You don't have to find him. You don't have to look for him. Alberto is a boxer. He's going to move. He's going to jab. All the bullshit. And I don't think I've seen Dalton in there with somebody like that. So I don't know if he wins that fight. I really don't. Could be a banana skin. Corky said only Broadway Joel talking about it for... I mean, for real. I ain't trying to be fucked up or nothing, but real is real. We got to talk about shit the way that it is. You know what I mean? And Alberto, God bless him. Nobody know that dude. Nobody know that dude, dog. You know what I mean? So something got to give. You know what I mean? Ruben, what it do? That's a big opportunity for him. I mean, one thing I really want to see in this year, this era that we in, because the old era is closing, Usyk, AJ, Wilder, Fury, all these guys is on their way out. Terrence is on his way out. Arguably, Arrow is already out. You know what I mean? The old era is coming to an end. And what I would really like for the next era is to get these guys fighting 3 times a year. I know it's a lot to ask, but they need to fight more often. You could almost feel it. It's hard to have momentum when it's always 6, 7, 8 months in between one fight and the next one. It's that's how shit gets stale. That's how shit get boring. You know what I mean? Loma on his way out, bro. Loma on his way out. That's facts. I heard Andy Cruz trying to become his mandatory. I don't really know how that's going to work because Abdulaev and Murataya is fighting for the interim. So I would think that, Andy, you would have to fight the winner of that fight to get to Loma. And Loma need to hurry up and retire, y'all. He holding that red belt hostage, man. I don't know what he doing. What are you doing, bro? Do you want to fight or not? How long ago was that George Kambosos fight, man? That shit was a minute ago, bro. shit can't move if you know what I mean? Shit can't progress. But that's one thing I would really like, man, in a new era. They need to fight more often. Like, I need 3 Keyshawn Davis fights a year. I need 3 of them shits, because them shits is good, man. Shits is good. You know? Abdullah is on a prospect schedule, so he's already fighting pretty often. Let's get Richard Torres another fight, man. Let's get him a fight over the summer. Unless he injured or whatever. Let's get that kid. Like I want to see these guys more often, man. Cause it be feeling like, yo, it take too long to get the relevant players out. It feel like it take too long, man. You know? But yeah, that's what I'm thinking for this new era, man. I really want these guys to be more active. I don't know if it's within their ability to do that because of all this platform network shit. You know that, Top Rank and the ESPN shit. I ain't even really going to talk about PBC because y'all don't really got nothing I'm checking for anyway. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's so many divisions where there are obvious fights that would be great fights and they don't get made, man. They don't get made. It's like, it feel like we reverting almost. They're like, come on now. You got Pacheco, Mobili, Berlanga, Plant in the same division. They in the same weight class. I'm a little bit mad at the Pacheco shit. I wouldn't call it a duck because, well, if we gonna say Pacheco is ducking Mobili, then I guess Mobili is ducking Sajo. But I'm just a little bit mad that we didn't get that fight, man. I am a little bit mad about that. It's like I'll settle on a Trevor McCumbee fight, but we all know what's gonna happen. We know. You know what I mean? It'll help build their brand. Yeah, because that's where shit was different before that. You didn't have to wait that long to see the fighters fight. Now it really do feel like, damn, it take mad long for them to do anything. Take mad long. We got this Boots and Norman shit. That's the topic of discussion. And we'll see, dog. I don't even know. We'll see, I hope they get the fight, but it's the same situation. It's like pulling teeth, trying to make these dudes fight each other, man. It's like pulling teeth. Undefeated, what it do?
What's going on, bro?
Ain't shit, yo. We out here, man. We out here. Fucking Teofimo. I seen some shit. I seen Turkey told him, yo, you need to be training.
Wait, he's not training?
Yo, look. Teo posted some shit on his social media, and Turkey said, brother, stop playing around. You need to be training. On God, bro. It's on Twitter.
This God. He's doing his best Ryan Garcia impersonation, bro. Like, stop.
That's who he trying to imitate. Like, that's exactly who he trying to imitate. And you not like that, Teo. Like, you not like that, bro. Come on. Ryan is Ryan and you're you. But if he not training, that just make me pick Arnold even more. Cause he is dicking around though. Like, he's doing salsa videos and shit. He hanging out with people. That's what it was. He posted a picture of himself. Who was he? Let me see. Because I screenshotted the picture. He was hanging out with somebody, and Turkey was like, "Yo, brother, you need to be training, bro. Like, not taking this shit seriously, bro."
At a point, it wouldn't be bad for Arnold because we know Arnold will travel. Like, he's with it.
Yeah. He was hanging out with Dana White. That's what it was, and some weird looking dude.
Damn, and Turkey and Dana are cool, so he's probably like, yo, what the fuck? He wasn't hating, he was being honest.
No, I mean, like, you kind of see it that a lot of the stuff you see from T.O. now is all like clown shit and playing around shit. Like, I don't even know if the dude is really training, to be honest with you, dog. Like, I ain't really seen no training videos. I just see you hanging out with people and shit and saying this and that,
Damn, so Eddie dodged the bullet. Reynoso.
I mean, like, yeah, but I can't stress this enough. You kissed all that ass to not get trained by Eddie, bro. You better go to Derek James. He ain't got a lot going on.
Oh, bro, Alicia is in my city. God damn, boy.
You gonna go visit her, bro?
I've actually ran into Ryan.
Really?
Yeah, it was literally about 2 months after the Haney fight.
Stop lying.
I'll show you a picture. He's running, and I didn't want to be no dick rider, but he was running, and I was like, oh shit. And I said, hey, bro. And he was like, hey, what's going on? And he kept on running and shit, but you could see his tat and everything.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know, like, I even if I seen a fighter that I like, right?
Yeah.
I would not take a selfie. I can't do it. I don't know why.
Cause it's not, man. It's not, bro. You can't.
I can't like yo Terrence, you saying yo like get off, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I fuck with him, but not like that.
Especially this class, this crop. This crop, like, nah, I'm good, bro.
Like, it would have to be like, I ain't gonna lie, no, I ain't gonna lie. There's only probably one fighter. There's like, no, two fighters. I ain't gonna front. I will fangirl the shit. And that is Katie and Amanda. That's it. That's it. I ain't gonna, if I need a selfie with Katie and Amanda. I do. I need that. But other than that, yeah, I ain't gonna be out here, yo, Terrence, what it do? You saying Canelo, you get to see you like, nah, I can't do that, bro. I cannot.
Yeah, especially if they're girls. Okay, cool. For me, it'd probably be two. I took a picture with Chavez Senior, bro. That I had to.
Yeah, but that's Chavez.
Yeah,
that doesn't even count, bro. Like,
yeah.
that doesn't count, bro. Like these young dudes, like, if you seen Shakur Stevenson in a bodega, nah. I might say, what up? Yo, what up, Shakur, man? How you doing, B?
How's the hand, bro?
You good? Like, yeah, you could shout him out, you know what I mean? Like, if you see Keyshawn, you at the Del Taco or whatever, Keyshawn there. Yeah, what's good, Key? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If I had to pick one, it'd probably be Canelo, because that's a bad motherfucker, and Miguel Cotto.
I thought about Canelo, right? But then I'm like, I'm gonna end up looking like Tio.
But for me, I'm Mexican, bro. So I had to, like.
I'm saying that's the shit I was thinking. That like Canelo is Canelo. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. I was like, yeah, but then I'm gonna end up looking like fucking Tio, bro. Like, I'm trying to smell his cologne or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Shit is crazy, bro. But yeah, man. Wilder got that fight in Wichita. I don't even understand that shit, dog. I still don't. I don't understand. Like, why didn't you just go back to the PBC?
What broadcast is that gonna be on?
Black Prime.
Wow.
I heard it's $5. It's a $5. I ain't lying either. I heard it's $5. $5.99.
$5. That's the same shit that Brian Norman Sr. and the other dude were going for. $5.
That's fucking sad, bro. That's sad. Ain't that sad?
I know he's pissed at that 100 million he had to pass on for Joshua.
The thing with Wilder is, even though he didn't make all the money that he could have made, I'm pretty sure they paid him good to fight Joseph Parker, right? Yeah, they gave him something, and they gave him something for Zhang, like, not nothing crazy, but something that he like, yeah, you good, you should be, unless you a fucking moron, you should be good for a while,
Yeah, but that dude is a moron. Let's be honest.
He is a moron. Yeah, he is a moron. Not for nothing. He is a fucking idiot. But he did. It's like, I always say this about Wilder. Did Wilder have a successful boxing career? Yes, he did. Because for a fighter that limited to have gotten to a title and made money, not as much as he could have made, right? Because we know he could have made a lot more. But just the fact that he got to make money and be in the way that he is, yeah, that's a successful boxing career. Because a lot of guys never going to see that kind of money, They never going to see that.
You know who also has the same career, bro? Mario Barrios. Like, bro, what the fuck?
I would, but I'm like, come on, what Javante really paid him, bro?
Okay, but he fought Thurman. He fought Thurman on pay-per-view, was it?
Yeah, it was but that's what I mean. And like, if Mario, like, you could have lost, whatever, right? You could have lost. But if you got 10 mil off of that, then I would be like, yeah, you did your thing, because yo, you got at 10 mil, bro, and you're not even really like nice like that, but you got a big. They didn't pay him that, bro.
Now,
Like 10.
don't forget the Netflix bag.
Right, right. Right. I mean, you look, yeah, okay. You could say successful on the on
Yeah.
the low end, like yeah, he was successful. You got the fight on major platforms. You fought on Showtime. You fought on Netflix. You probably gonna
Mhm.
fight on Amazon, right? No, you did fight on Amazon. Matter of fact, so yeah, you could call that successful because he's a limited fighter, and that's what makes it successful. That here you have a guy that he really ain't that good, man, but you know he did some things. He did something, you know.
So, so what do you think happens next to Boots?
I mean, like I would say that I think Eddie is gonna make the sacrifice. I think he's gonna take the hit fiscally to make the Brian Norman fight needs to happen, right? And
ASAP.
under it needs to happen this year, bro. Boots
ASAP.
don't got a year at welterweight, bro. He does not like nah. This if this undisputed shit gonna happen, it has to be this year, bro. You know?
Fuck. If they wanted, how much did they want? Like 3 mil or 2 point
No, they
something?
wanted like two and change. So it's like, yeah, give him 2.2, dog, and shut him the fuck up. Give him 2.2, dog. Fuck it.
How
Fuck
much?
it.
How much is it gonna want now?
Bueno, es otra cuestión. No es verdad. Because they probably, you know that they would do that. They would do some stupid shit like that. And then it'll get to a point where you can't do the fight because you're asking for too much. That's what happened before. You can't do it if it costs that much unless you're trying to do a pay-per-view. But we all know, look, Boots versus Norman is a good fight, but that don't need to be on pay-per-view. Like, nah, homie.
It's a good fight. It's the new
It's
version
not
of
that good.
it's the new
It's not
version
that
of
good.
Crawford Spence, bro.
It's not that good. Like, tú sabes lo que va a pasar? He's gonna like nothing against Norman, but I do think he knocks him out. I absolutely do. Like, yeah, it's just gonna be a better version of the Roman Villa fight. It'll be a better version of that, but it's gonna be the same shit. Cause y'all all trying to do the same thing. Brian Norman, Stanionis, Roman Villa. Y'all trying to get close to him and y'all trying to get wild with him. Well, that's not gonna work. You gotta box him. Karen showed y'all. You gotta box him. You gotta move. You gotta pivot. Play at the angles. Use your. That's how you gotta fight him if you gonna win. If you want to
Yo,
win, that's what you gotta
especially
do.
especially if he comes doing all that, bro. That shit was so irritating. Saturday night, all
Yeah, he's showboating and shit.
I believe Michael said it, which I agree. I wanted him to get dropped once.
Yeah,
Like
so he
stop
could wake his ass up and stop playing, bro.
stop playing with your food.
Shout out to Chico. Shout out to Drew. Where is PR manager Bias Brim? Yeah, he gotta stop with that dumbass shit, dog. Like he was doing that shit yesterday. Like you know when he starts speed talking.
Yeah,
Remember when he was up here? He was speed talking, bro. No, and I'm like, yo, I don't hear none of the shit you saying, dog. You know why? Because Brian and them didn't say that. That's not what they said. You stitched that shit together. They said what the fuck they reason was. They wanted more money. They ain't start talking about no Daryl Peoples is like, yo, what, bro?
I
Oh,
think
long ass explanation,
they're gonna probably ask for like 5 mil.
bruh. And that'll fuck up the fight. Like, yeah, see, this shit ain't gonna happen. I'm a little bit surprised that Turkey didn't throw some money at some of these divisions though, like middleweight, welter, because that's where they needed him. You know what I mean? That's where they like needed his help to make certain things happen. You know, but I guess he don't give a fuck about the middleweight division either.
Ah, damn.
Nobody gives a fuck about that division, bro. Nobody.
I mean, Janibek. Who else is champion? Janibek is unified.
Carlos,
Lara.
Ilara.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't. Who cares about that division?
No, pero if it was undercard fights, no es verdad que si tú dices, okay, better beef all three, and on the undercard, Yanni Beck versus Adames, eso está bien.
Yup.
Eso está bien. Like, not main events, but undercard fights, like, yeah, I would take that. I would buy that. That's a good co-main. It's a good co-main.
Hey, what's up with your boy, Hamza? I heard everyone want to fight him.
Yeah, that's what they saying, bro. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, because I saw that shit too. That like, yeah, they told my, but we'll see. You know, if Turkey, because they said Turkey want to put it together, so it's like, well, then it stands a chance of happening. It stands
Yeah.
a chance. You know, I guess we gotta ask who wins, Hamza or Edgar.
Uh, um, I'm gonna go with. I really don't know.
I
I
don't
don't.
know,
I don't know because
bro. If Adames was getting respect like that, right? He was getting
yeah.
respect, bro. Like you was respecting him, bro.
The thing I don't get. Supposedly you fucked up your hand, which okay. But let's say you did fuck it up. Why'd you go up and wait?
Yeah.
Was the weight cut that bad?
No, it could have. Was it that he fucked up his hand before the fight or during the fight? Because if it was
That
during the
still
fight, then you know
that still don't mean it doesn't explain why you went up and wait.
that's true.
Yeah, like what
I
what
mean,
you
like
needed.
what you could think of is, you know what it is. Another way to look at it is, I ain't gonna front. It's some ducking shit. All right, Bing, you couldn't win a belt off of Carlos, right? What's
Damn.
stopping you from fighting Yanni back though? Is that the only way you thought you could win a belt? Because that's how it looked since you moving up, right? That you fought him, you got a draw, you good. Go after another belt. Go after Laura. Nah, I'm leaving. That's
Exactly.
crazy. That's crazy. Why you gotta leave, bro? It's two other guys out there. You ain't fight them.
It doesn't make sense at all. You fucked up your hand. Now you got to move up and wait. Is that shit supposed to help your hand or what? Like,
It could be, and I've always rationalized this. These dudes like Hamza, these dudes like Shakur, that they be having like fucked up bones and shit. ¿Tú sabes por qué? Because you fighting in little dude weights. Yeah, so you're not healing properly, bro. You're not getting the nutrition you need, right? You just don't know it until you get injured. They're like, yeah, dog, like you fighting these little ass guy weights, and you what, 6'4" at 160? What the fuck?
that's fucking crazy, bro.
That's fucking crazy, bro. Like you 6'3", 6'4". Why you at 60? And Shakur, it's like that. Like I think it's like that with him. They're like, well, what was the lowest he fought? 2'6". You at these low guy weights, and you can't eat the way you need to be nice and strong. You can't. You fucking five. What is he? 5'9" at 135. Wow, bro.
Fucking crazy.
That's crazy, bro. I couldn't do that shit. Shout out to Chico. Berlanga beats him because I heard a Dominican with a YouTube channel says he don't trust. I don't. And I stand by that. It's chins I don't trust. Polish chins, Pakistani chins. Yeah, I don't trust y'all. Y'all probably could hit hard, but I don't trust y'all chin. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, like that's to me, that's a byproduct of fighters that stay at a weight where they should not be. You just don't know it. But then when you start to underperform and you get injured and it takes forever to heal, then you get injured again. It's kind of showing you that you're malnutritioned, bro. You're malnutritioned. You can't eat right because you at these little dude weights. But, you know, Shakur not going to 40 yet, so it don't even matter. And frankly, I'm bored with him, dog. I'm like, yo,
What do you bring, bro? It's not excitement. Like
yeah,
it's that ever
you know, because
honestly.
on one end it's on him, but on the other end it's like, yo, your situation is boring, bro. Nobody want to fight you, bro. Who that? Nobody want to fight him, so it's like, look, I could feel bad for you and all of that, but yo, I'm here for entertainment first, bro. And this shit is not entertaining, bro.
What the
It's
fuck
not.
is that your twin, bro?
That's my twin, bro.
What's up, baby?
That's Julio Part 2, dog.
Oh shit,
Julio
that
Part
is.
2, dog.
What's
My
up, baby?
twin. You know what I'm saying?
That's
We out here.
that's Puerto Rican Jules.
But
Boricua.
but check it out. Check it out. Yeah, with Shakur, it's just stale, bro. Like there's no other word for it, but yo, this shit is stale, bro. Nobody want to fight you. And if you do get the fight, right, it's probably gonna be boring. That's the other thing. Like, it ain't like he gonna go in there and knock motherfuckers out, because he not. He gonna fence and fiddle and feint and all this shit. I'm not a hater. He's a great boxer. He's great at what he does, but is it entertaining? Nah. Not really.
Yo, it's nothing more embarrassing than hyping up a fight. And you know, you're within your group of friends, you're the guy that knows boxing, the real boxing, but I'm a boxing junkie. And I'm telling my friends, yo, this guy Shakur versus the other Dominican, what's his name?
Edwin.
Edwin. I'm like, bro, it's going down Vegas. It was a Thursday night fight.
That was a Thursday night fight, bro.
Bro, I was telling everybody, yo, it's gonna be a great fight, man.
Yo,
They-
dog, he laid the super egg. The
121 punches thrown combined by both fighters for 12 rounds. That's the stats on it.
God damn.
Bro, you compare those statistics to the stats of the lightweights of before, and it's like, what the fuck happened, dog? Lightweights, that used to be one of the divisions where motherfuckers get crazy.
Yeah.
Now,
I remember being little and watching all my uncles and my dad watching Morales versus Barrera, and it's just like, bro, what the fuck happened? Like, these dudes throwing everything.
throwing kitchen sink at motherfucker, bro. Now, you just, like we talked about it. It's the era of the Mayweather clones. Everybody want to come out with a shoulder roll.
Yup.
Everybody want to, I mean?
Yup.
Like,
That's what I came on today, Jules, to ask you. I wanted to talk about this. I've been hearing these rumors about Jerron Boots Ennis deserves to go on a pound for pound list. And I wanted to get your take on that. I don't think he deserves to be on no pound for pound list with one fight. You beat him in. Pump your brakes. They need to chill.
El Americano, like, I get, like, I don't even like talking, like, because it's like, yo, the American boxing fans are fucking idiots, bro. They legit retarded, fetal alcohol
Nah, they call
syndrome.
everybody the GOAT.
No es verdad que porque le dio una salsa a un tipo. Not against a Montestanianis neither. Is it a good one? Yeah, but it's like, yo, dog, Kenshiro has been unified in 2 divisions, bro. 2. But mira, pa él, Zerto should be there. What? Zerto's a 2-weight champion and he's unified right now. He literally beat more champions and took their belts than Boots. He took
This
the
is
BO
his first champion he beat.
Exactly,
Boots.
like Zerto took the BO from Arthur Abraham, the BO from Chris Billam-Smith, and the BA from Arsene Goulamarian. When he did all that, nobody that weekend, except yours truly, was like, yeah, Zerto's pound for pound. That's pound for pound shit. If from 68 to cruiser, right? That's pound for pound shit. That's a big jump, dog. 68 to cruiser. And he doing it. But Boots beats one guy that the whole world thought was good. Like, bro, I mean, like, I thought he was going to beat him. I said Boots by way of knockout. Style-wise, that's what it looked like. It's like the Americans don't like boxing, bro. They just like dick riding. That's because that's the other shit. It's a lot of dick riding in this era.
Nah, I just think they put the cart before the horse. They get a prisoner in the moment. They saw a pretty great performance by Boots. I had him winning all 6 rounds. And then all of a sudden he fights this one guy, and it's just like, Mary, I'm like, hold up, guys. Didn't he get like his belt from Terrence Crawford when he vacated it? He never fought a champion to get that one. Like,
we had, so I had the conversation the other day that to me, Boots may not get on my list until he either is undisputed. Because the shit is, look at the list, bro. A lot of them guys have been undisputed. Usyk was undisputed. Inoue was undisputed more than once. Those two. Terrence was undisputed more than once. Canelo was undisputed. Then you got other guys who've been champions at a lot of weights. Like, look, we make fun of Teofimo, but yeah, his resume is better than Boots. We could absolutely say that. Yeah, Bevo's undisputed. Devin has it's like, and it's not hate on Boots. It's just like, yo, let him do some of this shit first,
right?
Before y'all start giving him a blowjob.
Right.
I like the way the Boxing Boys had it this morning, where they were like, Brad, the coach, Brad Edwards, whatever his name is. He said, well, they were saying that taking Tank off the pound for pound list. Yeah, take that motherfucker off the list because he ain't.
Yeah, you could take him off. Yeah, he sucks.
But other than that, it's like you're like 1 win away. You get even though it's an easy fight.
No, not one. No. Ponlo tú. If he fought Barrios in July, he's pound for pound for beating Barrios.
Shit.
Think about that. Like, you beat Stanionis and Barrios, and that's pound for pound. Mierda. Norman would be better if it's Norman. I'm like, okay, that's another unbeaten champion, another one. Got never lost. He's strong. Got a belt. It's strong. A better argument. Pero hasta con eso, maning, it's not enough, bro. Because at minimum, you're a unified champion. You're not the only unified champion, bro. Yanni Beck is fucking unified, bro.
And you beat an email champ too.
Yeah, they all email champs over there, bro. Shout out to Chico Jules. If you're Eddie, do you wait to see if Top Rank gets desperate for Norman fight because they have no network deal? I don't know, Drew, because at the same time, Boots doesn't have the luxury of time. He has to make this undisputed bullshit happen now. Like, yeah, you got to do this quick, bro. You don't got all the time in the world. Shout out to... Hold on, let me read this. Shout out to Drew. Fixing my mic. I ain't getting yelled at. Yeah, fix that shit, bro. Come on, fix that shit. Yeah, bro.
What I was gonna say was fuck, se me fue el hilo ahí. What?
We'll come back. We'll come back. Yeah. It's just that they make it so, and I said it in a video I did this morning, that they make it like super easy for the American fighters to get on the list. They make that shit easy. Remember, Errol beat Kell Brook off a loss, and they put him on the Ring magazine pound for pound off of that. It's like he beat one dude that was coming off a loss.
Bro, American fans, bro.
Right. What I was going to say was, the only thing I'm worried about is what Jerron Boots Ennis and Ed Hearn was saying after the fight. He kept expressing how he took money out of his purse and gave it to Stanionis. And then
he shouldn't have said that shit, porque ahora el mamagüevo de Brian Norman.
Right. You see where I'm coming now, and that's my worry now. And then Ed Hearn was saying, well, the next fight he's looking to get paid. Why shouldn't he get paid? And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I think you shouldn't have said some shit like that.
Shouldn't
because
have said none of that.
I was like,
none of that. You gave the game away that, so y'all gave up some ground to Stanionis. You know the Normans is hearing that bullshit. That's what they waiting for. That's what they
trying to sell their belt to the highest bidder.
I'm already hearing people saying that, Barrios is gonna get a nice check, a nice retirement check, if they want him against Boots.
Yeah, because with him it's even worse because everybody knows what's gonna happen. There's no there was at least a little intrigue with Stanionis. There is no intrigue with Mario, dog, at all. So yeah, you better pay him because everybody knows what's gonna happen, bro.
Yeah.
And he has O'Mara, so got to deal with that shit. I don't even know if he's gonna fight Mario because Mario's situation is so weird, dog. How long he been champion? Like a year?
Yeah.
And what is he doing? Like what is he
want to fight Manny Pacquiao?
pero I heard that shit. No es verdad, pero if they were gonna do that, bro, like ese rumor has been around for a minute and they haven't done it yet.
I know.
So, I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think
so. Now the new rumor is he's gonna fight Spence.
That's the new one.
I
think Spence beats him, bro. I think Spence beats him though. If they were to fight, yeah. No. If he fought Barrios.
Yeah. Well,
with 2 years, Jules, you're thinking about the old Spence, Jules. You're thinking about his name.
No, I'm not. You know who else fought Barrios for 2 years in inactivity? Keith fucking Thurman.
Yeah,
but Keith Thurman didn't survive a car accident and 2 attached Regnars.
Nah, I think Errol could beat. And I'm not a Spence fan, bro, but he could beat that. That dude sucks, bro. Like,
is it going to be at 47?
They're saying they get a catch weight.
It has to be.
Ellos dijeron a catch weight. But
yo, Jules, if the WBC sanctions a fight past 147 for his 147 time, that'll be some cheating shit right there.
They would do that. Tell me they wouldn't do that shit. They would do that shit, bro.
WBC is greasy.
They super greasy, bro. Like they look. Think about it. They voluntarily gave Fundora a voluntary, right? Soon as he became WBC champion. Pero con Bivol, look at how they did him. They did
Yeah,
him
they did him
dirty,
dirty.
bro. Like,
Bro, they
Yeah.
gave Charlo 3 years of inactivity to hold the belt
that's
hostage.
what I'm saying, bro. Like so when I read this shit, when I seen this shit, I'm like, would they do that? Yes, they would. They would let Errol fight for a welterweight title at 149.
That's
149.5.
fucking crazy.
Bro,
49.5, bro.
didn't they put him
He's
at number 2?
disrespectful.
Yeah, and he didn't even fight, bro. They gave him a rank and he didn't even fight.
After coming off a loss? That shit is fucking embarrassing, bro.
So
That's
yo lo
sad.
dije que yo, would they do it? Yes, they would. If push came to shove, yeah, they gonna fight for the belt at 148.6.
Shit.
And it's for welterweight.
Ryan
Fucking
Garcia
heavyweight.
didn't fight. He was coming off suspension, and he's the number 1. And Rolly didn't even fight in that division. He's the number 2 right behind him. And George Kambosos didn't never fought in 140, and he's number 3 for the IBF.
Motherfucker said Hennyweight. He said Hennyweight, bro.
God.
No, pero es verdad que they would do it, bro. Esa gente no tienen, they don't have no shame, bro. They really don't. Like, and it's because nobody is gonna police them. Nobody could get them to act right. The only way you could get them to act right, honestly, is if the fighters in one voice stop giving them your money. I still don't know why they do it. Like, why do y'all give the WBC y'all money to play with y'all? I don't understand that.
No, that's why I'm glad Canelo did what he did years ago. Like,
No,
fuck.
verdad, they won't fuck with him. They will not fuck with him. Like, yeah, y'all better behave.
Yo, you know what? You know what I think, and this is my theory, right? You know why I feel like the IBF and the WBO are at least more honest than those two, WBA and WBC. The what they share in common, those two belt organizations, IBF and WBO, they're both headquartered in U.S. territories. See, so they can't do any of that money laundering shit with the belts like they do, because they operated outside the U.S. territory. One's in the Mexico City, and the other one's in Panama, and they're able to do loads of shit to keep people waiting for those belts, but they fucking rank fighters
No, y
and take
nadie
their
lo
money.
puede investigar tampoco. Tú lo dijiste que, mira, if a guy's getting bribed, guy goes to Panama, gets some brown paper bag money, the fuck is the U.S. government gonna do about it? Nothing. You can't get them on corruption and nothing. Like, nah, because they not over here. So the standards do not apply to them, basically. That's crazy, man. But yeah, I absolutely think they would do it. What do you think about what do y'all think about Garcia boots? Could Garcia give him a better fight than this dude just gave him?
Possibly.
Right, he's an amateur. He had a good amateur career, right? He was on the undercard.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think Brian Norman Jr. is the strongest guy there. That's it.
In the division?
Yeah.
What
I think
y'all
he's
think
the
about
strongest
that?
puncher.
Is Brian the biggest puncher in the welterweight division?
Besides Boots? Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
yeah.
as a one punch knockout power, I will say so, because Boots is more like a accumulation.
The more I think about it, the more I want to see that fight.
No, I
Give
want to
me-
see that fight too.
Yeah.
We all do, bro. Like, it's the only really we could live without the Barrios fight. You know what I mean? Like, if that fight didn't happen, I wouldn't really be mad. But the Norman fight, the Norman fight is the one I want. Like, yeah, y'all need to do it, especially because his daddy talk all that shit. So it's like, yeah, we need that one. But I don't know if we're gonna get it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think the most interesting fight there, as crazy as it sounds, would be Ryan Garcia versus Jerome Ennis.
Nah,
Yeah,
this.
For some reason, I'm not saying on a skill level, I'd want to see it.
Look, I would want to see it because I want to see Ryan in the hospital, so I would enjoy it. Pero de verdad, that's not a fight, bro. Like,
Nah,
lo que yo veo con esos carajitos, el tro entero, Ryan, Devin.
Pero dejar que le meten la cara.
Esa ñañito, esa gente, ñañito, right, like, they're JV, bro. They're JV, di que Teofimo. Bro, if Boots
let him get froggy.
If Boots hits your little ass, dog,
you let him get froggy.
Like, you gonna turn into sand, bro. Sand. right? Devin, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Motherfucker hit you, dog. You gonna be making squeaky sound. Like,
By the
y'all,
way,
y'all.
he's rated #1 in the WBC, so he can get that belt for Barrios.
And,
Bro, I mean, like, maybe we get that. Devin Haney versus Mario
Right.
Barrios. That's the
If
one guy that Devin might beat at 147.
yeah. Yep.
Maybe. And I'm
Yeah.
saying maybe.
Yep. I think so.
No excuses.
Points
I mean,
decision.
But
bro,
don't you think that Alex Rocha, right? Didn't he take step aside money, so ain't gonna be next in line for Brian Norman Jr. and we can't get that Jerron Boots and his Brian Norman right away,
Bueno,
right?
no, pero ponlo tú. If he fights fucking Alexis Rocha, he's gonna do to Rocha what Santillán did to Rocha, bro.
Yeah.
He's gonna do to Rocha what he did to Santillán. Like that's the same fight, bro. Y también
Right.
you think Oscar want to send Rocha to get his ass beat? Like
I mean,
nah.
I mean, we also have to put into perspective that we don't know if the IBF is gonna pull one of these, oh, look at this unknown European guy that's all of a sudden you're mandatory.
Yeah, that happens often.
He said a European
No,
guy.
pero también, eso no va a ser por un tiempito, porque he fought Karen, bro. Con Karen, él está bien for 18 months. Like a year and a half, like he's good because of the Karen Chukadzian rematch.
Man,
Lewis Crocker is the number one.
Bruh, the IDF, they never give a fuck, man. Like they will pull something out of their ass. Like no, this
Shut
guy's
up.
week was due 2 years or something. Sorry.
Shout out to Napoli. Gayasov is a credible threat to Boots. He's a slightly bigger puncher than Stanionis, and he can cripple Boots to the body if the No, don't get it twisted, Napoli. I actually like that fight. I like Gayasov versus Boots. It's just I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know that they're gonna do that.
I
It
mean,
would make sense because it's mandatory.
if the Normans are going to continue to drag their feet, then you never know if that WBA mandatory might come down.
Yeah, you figure that whether or not Gayasov happens is contingent upon whether or not they can land in unification. If they could get somebody to play ball, then they'll figure out a way to get him to step aside, But
Right.
if not, yeah, you got to take care of this dude unless you're about to give him your belt.
I mean, the thing is they wanna make the whole thing about, like those to dos for undisputed, but in my opinion, they should just make it now. And maybe somebody gets another belt. If you so good as you talk shit, you can come back and collect another one, and we can make a rematch, or maybe just make a rematch at the next weight division. But I mean, I don't know. I think they should fight now. As you mentioned, Gayasov is actually a
ideally-
good fight, man. That's the second better fight after that fight, man.
Ideally, we would get it in the summer, bro. Boots and Brian. That would be the perfect time for that fight because, like I said, we don't really need the Barrios fight. Yeah, undisputed, toda la mierda está bien, pero everybody knows what's gonna happen in that fight. It's the Norman fight we need. That's the one we need.
Well,
we need it now.
As time is going on, right? I'm wondering about all this because I'm like moving throughout the months in my head as you guys are talking. And if Ryan Garcia is successful and Devin Haney is successful, and then what happens if Mario Barrio offers him a shot at the WBC because Devin Haney's the number one with the win over the
El dinero, manín, el dinero. Primero el dinero.
You think so?
Yeah, the thing is this. I could see that, right? Like if Barrios, he offer him. But the shit is Devin needs his revenge. So I don't think he would prioritize, let me go fight Barrios instead of Ryan. Nah, you need your revenge. And the Ryan fight pays better. Much better, dog.
Yeah.
So at the end
But
of
it
the
would
day,
be
the
for
money.
a belt.
Yeah, the money, bro. He had belts. He had belts, bro. He had a BC at 140, and he threw that shit in the air when they told him to fight the Spanish dude. So at this point, I don't think he would turn down. I don't think it would happen that way. Like, nah, you got to handle this Ryan shit because they've been making fun of your ass for a year, bro. So you got to handle that shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back. I got to take a piss.
Yeah, that was one of my things. Is it just to see if that situation would occur, and then at that moment he asks him, "Yo, you're the number one, the mandatory. You want the shot now?" And then But yeah, without question, the money's gonna be way better with Ryan. There's no doubt about that. Especially
Absolutely.
Turkey's funding it. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
man. That's
Yeah.
not even a no-brainer. But I would love to think that because I really think that Devin Haney could beat Mario Barrio, and that's 3 weight divisions. He would have been
Mm-hmm.
champion at 135, 140, 147. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just thinking like that as a fighter, right? Because I'm thinking legacy. But yes, I see you guys' point. Yeah, the money that and then what did they both say? That they already signed the contract. There goes Turkey doing it
Right.
again, putting the cart before the horse. He had Deontay Wilder signed with AJ, and he gets knocked out. Turkey has a habit of announcing these fights before they
Yeah.
materialize.
I'm not a
He's done
fan
this
of.
a lot.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the interim fights. They should have just got that done with straight away with AJ and Wilder, because
Right.
you don't fuck around with time, and we've been
Yeah.
waiting for that fight for close to a
Damn.
decade now. With this one though, it's like, okay, are we certain that Devin could beat Jose Ramirez? Um,
I mean, I think so because Jose Ramirez have been look lackadaisical the last few fights. I
right.
think Devin Haney, is gonna catch another guy, just at the right time again, and he's
Mm.
gonna
Yeah.
look kind of good. And I think they built this fight like this on purpose, just making Devin Haney look good and Brian, doing a highlight knockout left hook on Rolly.
Rolly.
Yeah.
So I think this is a fight just to like build their
Yes.
their fight because
Build up the rematch. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Right.
just like
How many
unfortunately
times?
for the. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, how many times have people been put in that position to build up the build up and got knocked out?
Yeah. Just think
I mean,
of what was it? Winky Wright in Trinidad,
Yeah.
and Trinidad was gonna fight. I forgot who he was gonna fight after that one. But then Winky Wright kind of ruined his plans. Damn, I can't remember the fight he was gonna fight, but yeah, man,
Shit.
those are really tricky, man. You got to be careful. You got to be mind your p's and q's. Make sure you get that away. You get that over with. But not look past it. Because
Mhm.
things of that nature can happen, man. You may switch off. You may not take your opponent seriously, and then you get fucked up. I
Just
don't know.
ask H2O.
Hmm.
Fell asleep behind the
Ooh.
steering wheel and got laid out.
Right. Yeah.
He was winning the entire fight. He was pitching a shutout.
Mhm.
Got laid out. But anything can happen in a fight. So, look, Ramirez, crafty veteran. Devin Haney has a problem going backwards against the rope. But he's really good, outside range and everything. The only thing that, fighters for Devin Haney and Shakur, they lack that killer instinct. They know that they're good boxers, but they want to play it safe. It's like they don't go in there in the exchange where the fire is, where you gotta go in there. This guy can land a shot over the top. You gotta take it to land yours. And I think that's what's lacking in Devin Haney and fighters like Shakur. They're great fighters. They got good skill, great athleticism. And when they're in their rhythm, man, they're hard to beat. But yeah, I just don't think that he has that killer instinct. Look, the other night I saw a few weeks ago, Sando Martin. When Sando Martin fought in that fight, you know why he lost that fight, and you know why he lost the TO fight? He's not a closer. He did great work during the entire fight, and I felt like he was winning. He just didn't close the show. That's what separated that fight from Loma and Teo. Teo bit down on that mouth guard in the last championship rounds and won that fight.
What fight are you talking about? What fight?
About Teo and Loma. When Teo beat Loma.
Bro, at the end of that fight, Teo was getting pieced up.
No, the 11th and 12th round, Teo fought him. He stood his ground. Yeah,
Bro, what I remember about that fight, Teo had a big lead because Loma ain't do shit.
6 rounds.
For like 5, 6 rounds. He didn't do shit. He didn't do nothing.
Yep.
Right.
That's
And
true.
And
then
he started getting
and
pieced
Tio,
up.
and then in the middle and towards the end, yo, he couldn't miss Tio. He couldn't miss him like
Right.
I
Nah,
think
but
Tio. I remember Tio did start fighting like in the 12th. He started like
he
fighting.
did. I
But it
think
was
that's
like,
what
yo,
won it for him.
He
and
did.
I was never I was never impressed with that victory, bro. I was never, and that's
Really?
why
I can't say that.
it didn't blow me away because you won because he didn't do nothing.
Well,
It
Jules,
blew
can
me
I-
away because
can
of
I-
how young he
hold
was.
hold on, round one. I just want to say, Jules, I'm not the biggest Tio fan. I'm a huge Loma fan, but I was very impressed because the reason Loma didn't do anything for the first 6 rounds is because Tio's sharpness and his power is that's what kept him in his shell. Like, Tio forced Loma to be that cautious. So not the biggest Tio fan.
I think everybody jumped off a cliff. Look, hindsight is 2020, and I think that at the time I gave him credit. Don't get it twisted. Was I impressed? No, but I gave him credit. Like, yeah, you deserve all the credit in the world because where Javante bitch ass didn't want to fight him, you did, so you deserve credit for that. But as far as a fight, like was I impressed with what I saw? Nah, not really. It was kind of ho hum. It was built up. I thought it was gonna be better than that, and all it was is, well, Loma don't want to pull the trigger. That's what it was for like 5-6 rounds. Loma don't want to pull the trigger. And Tio,
But the reason,
if you was doing something to him, I could see, but you weren't doing anything either. Tio wasn't doing nothing. It wasn't like he was fucking him up. Wasn't doing nothing. Nobody did nothing.
well, that's true. Loma wasn't taking many shots from Tio, but it was the punches that Tio was throwing that hit him on the arms and the body that was making Loma hesitant. So, and Loma was very defensively good, but he felt this power and thought, oh, okay, I better wait for this guy to slow down a bit.
If it was like Jai and Breedis, then I'll be impressed because you had to go through something. I saw 2 dudes respecting each other for like 15 minutes. Y'all was just in there respecting 15-20 minutes of y'all respecting each other because Loma's not doing nothing, but neither are you. You not doing nothing. Y'all just looking at each other and looking.
The fight didn't start until the 7th round.
Yeah.
I remember that fight. Like, I think Teofimo was trying to like take Loma's angles because like if you pivot with a southpaw as a orthodox, if you do it like you come like at the same angle, right? Like, because there's no surprises. So I remember like Loma was shocked, but I think also Tio got tired of the tempo. But the first, I think, like 4 or 5 rounds, Loma wasn't doing much, was just retreating, But Tio was just throwing jabs straight to the body, Not really much.
Not a lot
what I-
happened.
Yeah. So I think
What
Loma
I saw-
threw like 7.
What I saw before, this is young Tio too, when I still thought he was Puerto Rican at one time, right? And he didn't say no fucked up shit. But I can remember that young man going into that fight. It was during the corona epidemic, calling my older brother, and he said, do you think the kid can do it? So as a Latin man, we was getting behind him, right? And what I saw was Tio controlling Loma and not letting him step over that threshold, and Tio kept spinning him. Then I was a little baffled, like, when is Loma gonna start fighting? The minute Loma started fighting and Tio slowed down just that bit, and then I remember calling my brother saying in the 10th round, yo, Tio's gonna have to do this. And that's what excited me about the young man back then. I'm not talking about the man he is today, but I remember watching that fight, and I remember standing up and giving him his props and saying, yo, for who Loma was, this 2-time gold medalist, this matrix, the way they built Loma up to be like indestructible, and this young kid Tio came and he did it, bro. And for me at that moment, I was like, yeah, but I'm not fuck Tio now, really, but I can remember, and I gotta be honest, I can remember that time right there, me saying, kid, you did good.
No, yeah, look, in that moment, the reason I keep saying that, you know why? That shit was 5 years ago, maning. That wasn't yesterday. That wasn't yesterday. That wasn't the day. A lot of time has passed. A lot.
Yeah.
And you look and there's a lot of fights where you look like shit, bro. You look like shit with Sandor Martin,
Yeah,
bro. You
and
look like
round
shit.
one, I have to disagree with you, but I think you arguably lost to Sandor Martin, bro.
Oh yes, yeah, no. I said I don't care for him. What he's become now, just in that particular moment, that particular fight. I'm just talking about that.
It was fucking great. 2018, 2019, 2020 Tio. Yeah, he was great. Like we could say, like, yeah, there was a reason to be excited about him. You know, he's talking shit, but he's backing it up. He knocked out Komei. He busted up Nakatani's orbital bone. He beat Lomachenko. Yeah, there was a reason to be excited about him, of course. Pero es que ya ese tiempo pasó.
Yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't know the kind of Tio we're gonna get today, and with all his antics and everything and outside distractions, you know, how focused. You know, we'll see. You know, I thought that Tio's performance had been going down, up and down, because then he fights Josh Taylor. Then after you see Josh Taylor go on, and then you're asking yourself, was Josh Taylor on a decline? Was he already you know, did Jack Catterall really beat his ass out there? Yes, he did. And Josh Taylor lost that fight. But, you know, and then that's why, you know, I got to see what he's like. I don't know. I think Barboza got a shot in this fight.
He does.
He's got a shot, but I mean, it's just styles make fights. Like Tio's proven to be one-dimensional against guys who can box and move. Hence he just chases. I mean, he doesn't know how to cut off the ring. That's pretty ridiculous for a guy of his level. So yeah, which is why him versus Haney in the future is kind of interesting, because Haney can box, but Haney doesn't have much of a chin. So that's
Tio's best.
Tio was good against Josh Taylor because Josh Taylor was big, not very fast, and I mean technically good, but Tio was just a better athlete, so styles make fights. But he fights a guy like Martin or Jermaine Ortiz, and again he's just chasing after kind of like an amateur, which sucks because I like Tio.
Tio's best fighting attribute is fighting off the back foot, counter punching. He's the best. That's when Tio's at his best.
Also, another thing, Josh Taylor's reach has actually never been like as much as people have thought it was. Like, oddly enough, like looking back at some of his fights, I'm like, damn, like you got a big body, you've got some long legs, but really you kind of got T-Rex arms.
He got short arms. No, he had short arms, which is why he was good on the inside. If you notice, a lot of the good inside fighters have short arms. So even though he had a lot of height, his arms was always kind of tiny, but he was good on the inside. He throw a leaping uppercut when he still had his legs. That's why he fucked up now, because he don't have his legs anymore. Josh Taylor, he don't have them.
Exactly. Because is Tio really good off the back foot? Look with Jermaine Ortiz. Look at Sandor Martin. Like Tio's good against flat-footed guys that just throw punches.
Yeah. No. I mean, he is
coming
good.
Forward.
He is good off the back foot. It's that when he come forward, he turn into dog shit.
I kind of see what he's saying. Like on the back foot, like, okay, let's use like the Pedro's Campa fight, for example, right? Yes, he won. Yes, he stopped him. But I remember looking at it, I was like, you can't really keep this guy off you that well.
He was on the back foot all night against Claggett, and Claggett was fucking tuning him up too.
Yeah.
The thing about Tio,
which is...
And we're back to square one with Tio. He fucking sucks, has some sucking performances sometimes.
I'm just saying,
well,
but everybody knows that, like, they call it hater shit. I don't give a shit. I don't love boxers. What the fuck? Like, I don't love boxers.
Performances go up and down.
I've been skeptical. I've been saying for years, when he gets to 40, you're not going to be able to be the dude you was at 35, because your whole thing at 35 was that you had a little bit of size for a 35-pounder. But now that you're at 40, we see it, bro. Like, yeah, and it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. You go to 47, it'll be worse.
The thing about Tio also is that he still, as somebody mentioned in the panel, at his level, he can do nothing with somebody coming forward with a jab, as the Claggett fight showed us. If you come forward has a jab, aka even going backwards, aka Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz, he can do nothing. He struggles passing anybody's jab, going backwards or forward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he is what he is. At this point, he is what he is. Go ahead, fight.
Now, what the point you made about how you're not going to be this when you rely on your power like Teo does. You're not going to be the same guy at 140 that you were at 135. I mean, I find it so ridiculous that so many people are talking about guys like Garcia and Teo being the biggest challenges for Jaron Ennis. It's like these guys have barely moved up to 140, and you're talking about them being challenges at 147. Like, slow down.
Yo, the shit is that people are fucking stupid, bro. Like, I don't even want to be on the same planet as a lot of these motherfuckers. Like, yo, you really that stupid? The fuck is wrong? Ryan is a challenge.
Hey, it's great for
a lot of
Ennis.
people.
It's great for Ennis. So I'm not upset at the what's it called, the lie.
As far as numbers, yeah, but challenge, no.
Yeah,
After I
absolutely right.
After I called the fight on your show, I was on some panels after the Jaron Ennis fight, and people talking about how they were breaking down Ryan fighting Ennis. It's like these guys, they don't know what they're talking about.
All they're gonna talk about is the same fucking left hook, dog. That's all they're gonna. The left hook. I already know what the fucking combo. It's like, man, I don't know, dog. Like shit like that irritate me. Like really, cause he beat Devin, and never mind all the shit that came out after that, right? Never mind all of that, because he beat Devin. Oh nah, Boots better be careful, yo. You gotta watch out,
bro. Listen, Ryan's left hook has become the new Deontay Wilder's right hand.
Listen,
wait until he lands the right hand.
Guys, Boots can save us all, man. He can be our savior. Let Ryan Garcia get cocky. Let him put him in the ring with him, and let Jaron Boots Ennis show the world he's not a boxer like that.
I calm down. Now, one, he's not gonna save shit because Ryan is not gonna fight him. That's why I don't get amped off of the dumb shit. Ryan is not going to fight him. Period. Teo is not going to fight him. No, he's not. I didn't drink the fucking Kool-Aid. None of that shit is going to happen. It's just talk. That's why I don't
go to welterweight.
That's why
to
I don't
do
like
what
the
exactly?
Bro, I'm in the middle of a sentence.
Sorry about that.
I don't like the American boxing scene for that shit. Motherfuckers stay getting hype off of shit that ain't going to happen. It's not gonna happen. Javante, how many years of me saying that dude is gonna go his whole career not gonna fight shit? I've been saying that. With Ryan, you really think Ryan gonna fight Boots, dog? No.
There's a better chance of Jules dating Sydney Sweeney than Ryan Garcia fighting Boots.
There you go. Like, that's why I'm like, when I see stupid shit like that, I'm like, see, and you know what? It's gonna turn into a thing where Ryan fans is talking about Ryan, and it's like, yo, look, and y'all doing all that so that they don't fight, because they will not fight. Boots is on his way out,
man. That's
Boots is on his way
Yeah.
out of 147. Like, the dude ain't got but 1 or 2 more fights at that weight, dog. He don't have much longer. So him and Ryan is not a real conversation. It's not.
No.
It's not.
Realistically,
none of these guys are. Yeah.
Realistically, Jules, what are the percentage you would put on Norman or Barrios stepping in there against him?
What again? I mean, like
against Boots.
The thing is that Brian Norman's family is stupid, and because they're stupid, they don't realize you idiots can't think 50 steps ahead. If you don't fight this fucking guy, you will probably never make $1 million for a fight. You understand? Nobody's gonna offer you nothing. Ryan is not gonna offer you shit. Teo is not gonna offer you shit. Nobody's gonna offer you shit. This is it for y'all. And it's like they don't understand that, or they're just that big cowards that they don't even care. That, hey, I just want to have my O. I just want my brown belt and my O, and I don't care. Because it's like, yeah, stupid people do stupid shit. Nobody going. If y'all miss this train, if y'all miss this fight, that's it. Y'all never gonna make no money from boxing. But y'all gonna keep hope alive, like motherfuckers do. You gonna keep hope alive and dream and talk shit. And when your career is done, you will not have made no money. Like your father, because your father didn't make no money.
Damn.
Oh yeah, Jules.
He didn't, bro. Look at his career. He didn't make no money.
That was a bad
Yeah.
shot.
I know he was
But at least his
young.
son won a belt versus his dad who never won a belt.
didn't win no money. Like I'm tired of these dime store. I got a plan ass motherfuckers. No, you don't, motherfucker. You need to take that fight, get your ass beat, and make that money and relax. All right, give a good account of yourself. That's all you really have to do, which is why it's infuriating. Just give a good account of yourself. Other fights will come. Stop being scared.
They always trying to.
That's
act
why
like
I kind of.
They always trying to act they're playing like 4D chess or something.
Yeah, when it's just too scared motherfuckers. Thank you, because that's what I meant. Like, y'all really think y'all figured out, like, y'all cracked the Da Vinci Code or some bullshit. No, you're just scared. That's all. You're just scared. You don't want to lose. Well, I'm sorry, bro, but making big money in boxing and staying undefeated are mutually exclusive. You cannot always do both. Sometimes to make big money, you got to get your ass beat. That's the way it is.
Hell, as I mentioned before in this panel, I don't think none of these guys have made more money than Derek Chisora. He been getting
like
as
15 losses and shit like that, dog. But
pero
got
tiene
money.
Cuarto, pero tiene
Got
cuarto.
Talking about a guy who doesn't care about protecting records.
Right. Yo, Jules,
A lo que le
remember when
importa
I
el
came
dinero,
on?
es loco.
Remember when I came on and I had said I don't think that Brian Norman Jr. made 300,000, and you had agreed. And look, it was revealed by Ed Hearn. He said he only made 150. We overpaid him,
bro. Of course, because bro, look, it's simple. It's simple. You think Top Rank is gonna pay anywhere in the neighborhood of $500,000 so that you can fight on Michaela Mayer's undercard, bruh? But like, no, no, of course not. Y mira ahora, mira la historia. Oh, they're gonna send you to Japan, bro. They don't have nothing for you to do, bro. That's what that is. They don't have nothing for you to do. So yeah, go to Japan. If they got some money for you out there, fuck it, go out there. So that's what I'm saying.
Lo van a tener de valley parking allá.
Right, so for fighting fucking Jin Sasaki in some fucking sushi bar in Japan, just fucking fight Boots, bro. Stop wasting our fucking time and fight Boots.
Might lose that fight, to be honest.
Well, I thought
if he loses to Jin Sasaki, oh my god, we all gotta attack Brim.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I said might.
Jules should dress up like E Honda if he fucking loses.
Hey, but Jules, don't you think that him winning the belt is worth more for Top Rank than fucking Norman?
Who winning the belt? Jin Sasaki?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
I mean, in a manner of speaking, yes. He's not a Top Rank fighter, right? But the way it's a plus for Top Rank is because they don't make money off of doing Brian Norman fights. The only way they can make any money off that fighter is if someone else pays him. Then they get a piece of the cut. But Brian by himself, they ain't selling no tickets off of no Brian Norman.
They not selling no tickets, and his dad's worth fucking more of a headache than fucking the return on any possible investment in him.
His fucking dad headlined the pay-per-view before him. So what the fuck does that tell
And you see,
me,
it's
bro?
like, I'm glad you took those clips for the relay. Like, the minute he's pressed with logical questions, he fucking stutters like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Like, oh, we don't care about it. Well, motherfucker, if ESPN is not there to bankroll the shows, how the fuck are y'all gonna get paid? Yeah. Silly ass shit. And these is the business guys, Drew. These are the fucking business guys. They figured it all out, dog. They cracked the Da Vinci Code.
I thought that Brian Norman. Go ahead.
Shout out to Don. Boots sleeps Ryan. R.I.P. Insta Boxer. Damone said, "How funny would it be if yo, dog? Like I said, I will never leave. Listen, I will never leave Brim alone. Oh my God, if Jin Sasaki, I will never leave Unbiased alone, dog.
Well,
I'm gonna be swimming in his fucking cereal. Did you see the fight?
Yo,
you saw what Jin
you have no business losing to Jin what Hibachi? No. If you do, Brim is not allowed back into the panel. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, because the way, because Brim been going crazy with this shit, and I'm like, yo, dog, you that open because they dapped you up? Right? Like, what? Like, when did you turn into the president of the Brian Norman? What was it? Did they sign a hat, a poster? Y'all took a selfie? Like what? Because the shit he doing is crazy.
What's he been saying? I've only talked to Unbiased Brim once.
Look,
on
he basically
IBFP show.
he basically saying this is his whole thing for defending the Normans. He's basically saying that the time frame for Eddie Hearn to make a unification had already passed by the time that the offer was sent. That's his whole thing.
Oh, right.
That's
Gotcha.
what he's saying in a nutshell. The reason I say that's bullshit is because they would have been able to file an exemption. It's a $10,000 form, but they would have been able to file it if y'all would have accepted. If y'all don't accept, they not just gonna give the IBF $10,000 to file a form unless you accept. Y'all didn't accept, so they didn't file it. It's not complicated. If y'all wouldn't have been playing games, we could have had a fight.
Nah, Jules, I remember what he said and what he tried to argue. He was basically saying like, oh, that's not enough time to negotiate. And I kind of thought about that, and I said, I'm gonna be real, bro. This is not a negotiation. All you're gonna do is ask for more money that you don't really deserve.
There you go. And why is Brim so concerned with how much time they have to ask for more money? What the fuck do you care, dog? 1.7 is already too much for them. They are not 7-figure fighters. This is not complicated. And what's worse is they don't think about things in the long run. People don't think about things in the long run and don't realize how it affects everything. You got a lot of guys like Brian Norman running around expecting you to finance their retirement fund, and that's why boxing is fucked up right now. It's fucked up. You can't do shit normal like you did before. You can't really make fights in a timely fashion. You need a dude from Saudi Arabia to come here and overpay everyone to get anything done. Because y'all want money y'all not good for.
Yeah.
I mean, also, that's a missed opportunity because if you win that fight, if you're really that confident that you can whoop his ass, you should take that fight, and that will, like, push you to like many other levels. Because a lot of people see books like that.
Ellos saben que ellos no ganan esa pelea.
Sí, pero por eso es que yo te digo, man, en que tú a su bulto. They don't
exactly.
Déjame terminar.
You know what I'm saying? Well, that's why I respect guys like Danny Jacobs. He fought Triple G, lost, but he still got a Canelo fight because he gave a good account of himself. And that's after surviving cancer. No guts, no glory. That's where the saying comes from, bro. No guts, no glory, bro. Very simple.
Right.
And this is why people ask, why do some analysts give out participation trophies? And the reason why is because you get guys who win belts and try to hold them hostage. So we end up giving extra credit to the guys who win belts and lose them, but we give them credit because they didn't try to hold the belts hostage.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, say if they would have accepted, and God forbid they won, right? That stepped on Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, Brian Norman, would have built off of that fucking victory and do like a and Top Rank would have invested in this guy's career by headlining a show at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta. But no, this guy's want to play fucking this motherfucker wants to be middle management, keeping fights from happening.
They basically, what is annoying about the whole thing is, y'all just want to waste everybody's time. Here's an example. TJ Doheny knew that he's gonna lose to Inui. He fucking knew it, dog. The same way he fucking knew that he was gonna lose to Nick Ball. Motherfucker, you didn't think you was gonna win them fights, but you took him, and I respect you because you took him. You didn't dick around, didn't jerk anybody off, didn't talk no shit. You took the fight. Whereas these fucking Hasidity coward motherfuckers, all y'all want to do is waste people's time. You not worth no money. Nobody is offering you nothing except these guys. So take it, get your ass beat, and stop wasting people's time.
And you know what's funny, man?
Jose, before I finish, and because if they leave, te lo estoy diciendo, nobody is gonna offer y'all shit. No one. Go ahead, Jose.
Yeah.
No, it's something quick. Well, if anybody's familiar with the boxing scene down there, man, they're full of surprises, man. I won't be surprised if one of those Japanese, have some type of like promise of whooping somebody's ass from America,
Bro,
and they want to fulfill
I
the
want
promise.
them to I want them to Chong Lee him, bro. You remember when Chong Lee used the space dust on Frank Dukes?
Te pasa, man.
Fuck that shit. Chong Lee him, bro. Chong Lee.
Got him in the eyes.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Fuck
man.
that shit. Like,
A
But,
ver cuánto,
but
a ver
can't-
cuántos taxes le quitan allá.
mira,
remember that? You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to motherfucking Damone. Brim got to fly to Japan and look for Daniel San's ex Kumiko to get some
oh shit.
If Brian
Oh shit.
Good night and shining armor. You know what I'm saying? From a long time ago. That
Yo,
I know
shit,
these
yo.
guys,
I don't know what it is with Brim because I've only spoken to him once on IBP show, and he didn't strike me as the guy who would try to do these mental gymnastics. But
Yo, his
whatever.
name is yo. Look, his name for long as I known him was Unbiased Brim. But Brian
yeah, I
Norman,
know.
Brian wins a belt in San Diego, and shit goes crazy after that. Like, bro, like how the
Well-
fuck did this even happen?
yo te voy a
Like,
decir una vaina,
Yo,
man.
Jules, hold on, wait. But okay, now, throughout all this, right? It's hard enough to move up the rankings and win a world title. And you win a world title, things start moving fast. All of a sudden, people start throwing money your way, and they expect you to just jump into unification. Now, among champions, this is not a rule that's in the record books or anything, but amongst champions, it's one thing to win a world title, but it's another thing to defend your world title. Now, that solidifies you as a champion amongst champions. Now, I thought that once he didn't take that Boots fight, I kind of viewed it, as a boxer, like, get that title defense under your belt. Now let's wheel and deal. Now, this is where I think that, and I heard all the shit talking from his father and everything, and I think that now this is where it is. If he doesn't take these kind of fights and leaves money on the table like that again, then there's not too much I can say for the man. But as far as the champion status, I kind of give him a little bit of, okay, you got that weak ass title defense out the way. Let's go.
No, Maida. No. Okay, they pay y'all a lot of money. Y'all make a lot of money. Mierda. Y'all make a lot of money, okay?
Prize fighting.
Que if y'all get 300,000, ¿verdad? Okay, está bien. You end up with 100,000, but that's still more than the average motherfucker walking the street. And if you fight 2 times in a year or 3 times in a year, you're making a lot more than the national average. So I don't feel sorry for you motherfuckers. I do not. There are people really out here working real shit jobs, and they don't make half the money y'all greedy motherfuckers do. Okay, you see, and if the argument is, oh well, boxing is dangerous, guess what? Don't box. I didn't tell you to box. You're not a soldier. And I'm tired of seeing that. Boxing is it's not a municipal job. You're not a soldier. Okay, you're fighting for your wallet. Like, you're not fighting for me. You're not fighting for Jose. You're fighting for your wallet, like everyone else. So let's can the nobility shit and the bravery shit. Bro, it's simple. You got a job to do. You either do it or you don't.
I didn't like that.
As soon as you start saying, like, every time, well, these guys are warriors, they put their lives on the line, all true. But unfortunately, when you say that, you're enabling fighters to price themselves out of fights and say, well, we put our lives on the line, man. You signed up for this. So
yeah, that's what the fucking waiver is for. That's what the fucking waiver is for. You signed up for this, bro.
Nobody forced you to box. So if fighters start saying, well, I don't really want to take a risk like that unless it's, for a lot of money, then
I think you should.
That's the definition.
You don't
want to
do your job. You don't want to, because you have a job to do. And the boxers tend to forget what the job is, because a lot of the boxers, and I'm gonna say it's particularly the American ones. It's not the Eastern Europeans. It's not the Japanese fighters. It damn sure ain't the Mexican fighters. Them motherfuckers will fight you for nothing and beat your ass for nothing. Right? They understand the assignment. El pendejo that doesn't want to understand the assignment is the American fighter.
Jerron Boots Ennis says right after the win, I want to party. I want to go on my vacation, enjoy my fruit of my labor.
Well, round one, he's had 3 fights in 9 months. It's kind of
Yeah,
understand when he wants a break.
there's nothing wrong with that. Like, yeah, you unify the title, you could do that. But for the dude that didn't, I'm just sick of the fake business guys in boxing because ever since the Mayweather era, and I point to that era because that's where it starts. Everybody all of a sudden has a brand, an LLC. I'm a brand. I'm a promoter. Yeah, shut the fuck
marca
up
Polo,
and fight.
che.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
People-
Shut the fuck up and fight, because that's what
Just
you
like
here
Eddie
for.
Hearn
Yeah.
said, Jules, when he was talking that shit to Berlanga. Okay, put a mill up then, bitch.
Exactly. You a promoter, right?
Screw. Exactly. Where
I'ma tell you
people
something.
people saying we have to respect fighters who put them. People saying that every second. Oh, we got to respect guys who put our lives on the line. You're enabling divas like Edgar Berlanga, who are just a complete joke. But
That dude lost every round of a 12-round fight for 36 minutes and threw himself a ticker tape parade like the fucking Yankees, bro. That's fucking.
he's such a
Hey,
clown.
bro, but
crazy,
what
bro.
he just said, bro, he was allowed to. Literally, right after he did that, I saw people say, "Man, yo, Edgar really stayed in there with Canelo, bro. He showed me something today." Nigga, what did he show you?
What did he
jokes aside,
show?
bro.
He showed he can go.
He get knocked out?
He can go 12 rounds against.
Yo.
I mean, Canelo looked.
He
Canelo
showed you
looked
can
bored
get
as shit
10
in-
checked, bro.
Yo, you know how much of a goofball you look like being in Puerto Rico with all these with all these bikers and stuff. Like you
Manín,
don't
tú
speak
no viste
Spanish.
la maldita foto. Tú no viste la foto del tipo.
Like,
I'm like, yo,
going to
you
what-
would have thought that this motherfucker out won the World Series or something like, and he had the serious face in the photo. Like what's the matter with this dude? You got your ass beat, my boy. What are you so proud of? You got
Yeah,
your ass
man.
beat.
He's a proud
Going to what you
loser.
said- Going to what you said, Jules, like there are a lot of people praise Mayweather for buying himself out of Top Rank, but he's made it, and he did a lot of good things, but he's made it easy for fighters to think that they're something special when
They're not,
really
bro.
you're just
Like
another
every
champion.
B
Yeah, you're
and
just a
C
champion.
level fighter now, they gotta at least before when I was young, they understood. Look, I ain't all that. For me to be all that, I got to beat this motherfucker's ass. And they wanted to because they understood that. Whereas now, everybody trying to game the system. Everybody trying to come up. Every B and C level fighter. I'm a businessman. I got an LLC. I'm an entrepreneurship. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Fight. Simple.
I actually think that Mayweather's a fucking genius for that. He made a whole generation of boxers believe that belts don't mean shit when he fought the most world champions. Mayweather is making them think that it's good to do LLCs, right? And they're all sinking.
No.
You know why?
doesn't
Because
do
now
it.
they can't beat his records. They can't come after his records. And he
Don't-
tricked all of them.
Okay, you gotta calm down, bro. Now one, this the thing. Even Mayweather himself said it 5 years ago. These guys get paid too much, bro. He said that. He literally, and he wasn't talking about nobody else's fighters, by the way. He's talking about the Heyman guys. He said, these guys get paid too much, which is the truth. They do. There's a lot of the purses that have gone out to some of these fighters. I use Danny Garcia as the most glaring example because think about it. You gave him $1 million to fight Ivan Redkach? Are you out of your fucking mind? That is a $500,000 fight at best. And I'm talking about between y'all. Y'all should be splitting $500,000. There's no way on earth that you should be giving Danny 1.5 for Ivan Redkach.
I'm thinking in hindsight, that dude quick, remember? He faked a low blow.
Right? In the Pro Gray fight, in the Triller fight.
Jules,
It's like the amount of money that they've been spending is what's created the instability in the market that we see today, that boxing is seeming less and less sustainable by itself without Turkey here to help it and bring all this money and make all these fights, take him out. Yeah, American boxing is not sustainable because you got $200,000 fighters that are asking you for $1 million. And if you don't give them that, they won't fight. So then what the fuck are you going to do then? It's
Jules,
not
remind me how
sustainable.
much Mikey Garcia made against Jesse Vargas.
Fucking $7 million, bro. But I big up Jesse because Jesse wasn't asking for that. They just gave him that to come over. That's
because the zone at that when they started out, bro, that was basically like a glitchy ATM machine. And Riaz is kind of the same thing.
Exactly. That's exactly like so. I ain't mad that he came up. It's more you got guys like the Normans. The Normans are the latest example of some $2 ass motherfuckers that want everything. And it's like, yo, just fight, dog. How about that? Train hard, train to win, fight to win. Because y'all acting like y'all lost already. That's how y'all acting.
The thing is, you know, I just get tired when, like, you know, they start, like, you know, with their cockiness and they're so smart or whatever. It's like, bruh, if you're so good, si tú eres tan duro, man, just fight, dog.
Just fight,
Just
bro.
fight.
And you know what's
don't
crazy?
talk about it. And that's
This guy's 24 years old. You're 24 years
Yeah,
old with
make
a
him
Keith
important.
Thurman mindset.
For
Bro,
real.
his dad is big
Real.
enough the fact that he fucking became an email champ at 24.
He said, I know that Boots wasn't in this position when he was 24. What position is that? What position? You know what? You right. When Boots was 24, he was not fighting on Michaela Mayer's undercard. You are absolutely right. He wasn't. Because that's the position that you in. That's where you at.
You gotta go to Japan, bro.
It's funny because he has taught us a lot. Like, I bet he was a champion 24. I bet
Yeah, no, because
That
I
stuff
watched
is
this.
crazy, bro.
I know that he in the position that Boot wasn't. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up with the fast talking shit and fight.
Yeah, I'm
Motherfuckers
speaking
don't
Lebanese.
speaking of
Motherfuckers don't understand the assignment. You go
Hey,
in there.
speaking-
No, but wait, but let me land the plane. See, here's the thing. If you wasn't acting like a chicken shit, I got foresight. I told you, I'm not from y'all bum ass planet. I got foresight. Hey, Brian, if you stop acting like a coward, fight Boots hard. You don't have to win. You are the heir apparent to this division. Thank you, fucking idiot. He can beat Tio. Yeah. He can beat Devin. Yeah. He can beat Mario. Yeah. But you're a fucking coward. You're acting like a coward. Just fight the fucking guy. Win or lose. Give him what you got. If you lose, it's okay. You're 24. You acting like you going, I don't feel so good, Mr. Bob Arum, and you just gonna fade away.
You gonna get vaporized.
You guys, speaking of
One loss changes your whole
I was
career,
just gonna
right?
say, speaking of Tio again, do you guys remember after he beat Loma, he said in the post-fight press conference, you know, everybody wants to be Money May, but you got to be Pretty Boy Floyd first.
Oh,
then,
God, I'm sick of hearing that
a
shit.
day later, he starts to an interview saying, "Yeah, I'll fight Devin, I'll fight Tank and stuff, but you all better pay me good. How about 10 million?" It's like, what? It was like,
Damn, wait, I didn't see that one. I didn't see
Whoa,
that
he
one.
no,
said
you didn't even
Oh.
see. No, wait a minute. And this is why, once again, this is why T.O. chaps my ass. Everybody forgets about 3-4 years ago when he was still unbeaten en route to the George Kambosos fight, right? He was trying to backdoor Top Rank, and he was at him and his daddy. What they wanted to fight Devin, 10 million.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, just guys, if you haven't seen it, look up. It was, I forget which fight it was, but it was backstage. Tio was talking directly to Eddie Hearn, who was trying to organize the Haney fight. He basically said, "Yeah, you pay me 10 million. You know, we can talk about it." It's like, it was like two different freaking people. Then he goes in and loses to Kambosos, and I mean,
And you gotta understand that we were coming out of COVID. Remember?
Yep.
We were coming out of the audience is
No
not
crowds.
even back yet. Everybody hurting, and you won't fight Devin for less than 10. All right, motherfucker. I can't fuck with T. I cannot fuck with T.O., man. Like, nah, that dude is on some other shit.
Yeah.
And that's why
Which
he's
is
a
why-
Floridian, according to Jules. He ain't no New Yorker.
Florida, bro. Florida.
Which is, it's why if Tio, even if it's by like close split decision to Barbosa, if he loses, he's pretty much done, because it's like you talked yourself this much into a corner. Like,
And he already don't
cannot
sell
afford to
like
lose.
that. Like, he already don't. It's been 5 years from the Loma win, and about 2 years from the Josh Taylor win, right? The dude
Close to
still
2
don't-
years.
right? And the dude still don't sell like that though. Like, on God, I ain't even being funny or fucked up. The dude literally doesn't sell like that.
Didn't he get offered? Didn't he get offered $4 million to fight Subriel?
No,
if it
he
was
got
4,
offered
I don't-
2.3 and then pay-per-view upside.
That's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
way more than he ever made.
Oh,
600,000.
of course. Of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
he got.
Yeah,
he
but
did,
that's the
he-
point. Yo, look. I ain't trying to shit on T. Well, I am trying to shit on T.O. But
Yeah, dude. He makes it
but-
easy. He makes it
but
easy.
he makes it very easy that, like, my dude, the real shit with you is, and T.O. is a sad case because you were on your way, you fucking crack baby. You were on your way and you fucked it up. You literally fucked it up. If you would have just fought the Australian, do it quick, get him out the way, move on, do some other shit, you probably would have never lost, you fucking moron. But
He wouldn't still be fighting out of the Hulu Theater.
And that is the
Word.
most frustrating thing when you see a guy who says all the right things on the way up, but as soon as he has one big fight, he's like, right, you got to pay me those millions.
Sir. Isn't
And
that
then-
what happened? Exactly. Fight that before he fights Loma. Oh, I'm about the legacy and shit, and I'm T.O. And yeah, and it's all good. It's all love. He fight Loma. He turned into fucking Donna Summers, bro. Forget
It's
it.
because
You
he
know
thought
what's
he
crazy,
made it
man?
already.
Jules, you better
No,
pay me. You better pay me that 10 million. You better pay me
You know
that
what's
10 million.
crazy,
It's
guys?
like, yeah.
In that particular time, like when he beat Loma, he actually had a perfect road path because Devin Haney at the time was struggling to make the weight. Nobody else was pretty much at 135, so he actually had a chance to beat him.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
Tank
like
was
it
still
was,
a
all,
bitch.
it was all laid out. No, it was all because he had just upstaged Gervonta Davis, right? The kid, like, I'm telling you, like, he has no idea how fucking stupid he is. You upstage Tank. You fought Loma, where he spent 3 years or whatever it was running from Loma. You didn't, and you beat him. And all you had to do was get this fucking mandatory out the way, and you turned that into a year-long jerk off. You fucking moron. It's like,
I mean,
I don't got no patience for him. I'll be back. I gotta take a shit.
Yeah, if I could just add one thing to that, to the embarrassment that Teo and his dad put himself through. They were bragging about how they were going to join DAZN. They're like, "Yep, we're going to start a new family." Blah blah blah. They lose. The worst excuses ever, aside from heavy costumes, and then they start. Then they say, "Oh, we're going to go back to top rank." Like Bob Arum is where it's at. Like it's like they could not be more embarrassing. It's like
After he
it's
took
so
all that shit, right?
frustrating.
He blamed the loss
So
on Eddie
frustrating
Hearn.
'cause everything, witch hunt. Like I won 10 rounds to 2. It's like, I mean, Kambosos. It sucks that Kambosos hasn't done anything since that. But him saying to Teo is like, look, I think you may have been hit in the head a few too many times, brother.
And
Not
and
really,
the
because
crazy part about it,
Kambosos-
yo, hold on, like he still hasn't even bothered to run it back with him. That's what bugs me.
Kambosos. I was just gonna say Kambosos' best win before he beat Tio was fucking Lee Selby, and Lee Selby
Yeah.
was a blown up featherweight.
And that was a split decision.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, it
but
was
you
a
know what?
bullshit.
The one thing
That was a
about-
clear split decision.
The
But
one thing
yeah.
about Kambosos though is even though he lost, he's parlayed it into something for himself, and he keeps getting more matches. Even when
Yeah,
he-
he's just failing upward. He
Because-
literally lost to fucking Max Hughes.
That's
Doesn't
another
get knocked
guy.
out
What
by
do you
Loma.
mean? He just fought the Boy Scout leader, and then he went the distance with him.
Was it like a Filipino guy?
Unfortunately, but
No, he was he was an Australian youth champion in the inner city. Basically a Boy Scout leader. Where'd they get him out of the boys club? And that guy took
Yeah,
him
the
10
last fight.
rounds. And technically his last 4 fights, he really lost his last 4 because that IBO title, he lost that fight.
Oh yeah, nobody's arguing that. But what I'm
Yeah,
saying
no.
is,
I'm just passionate. It's just me. Don't worry about that. You'll get
despite
to know
him
me.
losing, he's
sorry.
still making something for himself, which is it's kind of amazing.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's like
He
how
has
do
a great
you
manager.
lose and keep making money like that?
Well, it's because
no.
he fell into the right
decide.
situation, and also he has a country that supports him. That's why. If he didn't have that Australian fan base, he wouldn't be making shit.
Well, yeah, that's why Ed Hearns is using him as the sacrificial lamb to Richard Hitchison. He moved him up, got his little connection with the IBF, gave him a number 3 suspect ranking, and now he's gonna fight Richard Hitchison.
I've heard that. Well, it's called his pull in Australia has actually been dying a little bit since some of the losses. Like they said, they basically had to give a lot of those tickets out for his last fight for free.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
you know,
because he's been able to command a high price because of that win over Teo, but he is overpaid because he's done nothing since then. But yeah, if you're able to cheat the system there, well, it's not. I wouldn't even say cheating because he hasn't beat anyone good since that Teo fight, but he is prepared to fight the best. So
Yeah,
I do have to give him credit there.
he's not the guy in this situation that's going to win the belt. He's the guy in the situation that's getting expected to get knocked out just for Richard Hitchens can bypass Subriel Matias. That's all. He's just being brought up with a little name. Just get in there, get beat up, but no one's expecting him to win the fight,
I mean, I also think though that Kambosos, I think he knows into himself that he's cooked. As shown as his last fight, even by him, like all of a sudden he's humble and shit. But I think also he knows he's just trying to squeeze, as many fights as he can, as many pages as he can, and I think probably be like a commentator or something. Because I like him as a commentator. He's one of those guys.
He does know. Yeah, he does know the sport pretty well, but with Teo, Teo's he's the one who people expected high things from, and aside from Josh Taylor, he hasn't looked good since that loss to Kambosos.
Just another thing, I just want to know another thing. As bummage as George Kambosos has been looking the last few years, he has made more money. All these quote unquote superstars level guys that have been coming up.
Yeah,
he's definitely made more money than Brian Norman Jr.
Can y'all think of another guy another eras as ass as Kambosos that won a belt and got all these fucking paydays?
Not really.
Ryan Garcia.
I think
I would have to give Chavez Jr.
that won a belt and was in other eras.
Oh shit. Rolly.
I would argue Chavez Jr.
Rolly.
Chavez Jr.
Chavez had his last name.
Bite your fucking tongue. Chavez Jr. beat Andy Lee and fucking retired Sergio Martinez in that 12th round. Show some fucking
old ass Sergio Martinez. Come on, Sergio was way past his two-knee brace.
Hold on.
That was
come on, man.
Chavez beat that into it. What are you talking about?
He was one of the last successful pay-per-views in boxing, which the fight between him and Canelo sold around a million pay-per-views.
Yeah, like a million. Did like a million.
Yeah. At the time,
because of his father's name.
Mexico. No, also that was like the battle for Mexico.
His father's name carried half that.
So what? He still beat Andy Lee, bro. Like, come on.
He said, "So what?"
That's a better.
You got that. Andy Lee, woo! You got that, baby. You got
True.
that.
You know who I was gonna say? The only guy I can think of that could kind of fit that criteria from a past generation was Arturo Gatti. Arturo Gatti won title belts and then lost and kept losing and still kept making money. So he's probably the only one I can think of.
Okay, he had both sides of the spectrum. Yes, I get it.
Didn't Arturo Gatti win titles in multiple weight classes though, or am I tripping?
Yeah, he won in 130 and 135, I think it was.
Yeah, I can't say that's worse than Kambosos. Then I don't think Kambosos will ever win a title ever again in his career.
Listen,
Kambosos is the vanilla ice of boxing, bro. He's just so
ice, baby.
I thought you said he was no informer.
Fight. Your mic is too fucking loud, dog. Like your mic is super loud.
Who's mine?
Sorry.
Yeah, that shit extra loud.
Tell me, mine.
Yes, your mic's too loud.
All right, right there.
Joint.
Right there.
But yeah, I mean, like you could give him credit for. You gotta give him credit, but it's like, yeah, history tells the story where you're a one-hit wonder because you didn't get a single credible win after that. And that was what the Teofimo fight was 2021, right? 2021, late 2021.
Yep.
So it's been 4 years, bro, and Tú no hiciste nada. Like nobody, dog. Like you didn't even. You didn't even really. You didn't really beat Maxie Hughes. You know, like
No.
you didn't.
I mean,
He's busted
That was a fucking robbery, straight up.
Robbery.
can I say something by the way? Is it crazy to say like not this year? I think like it's been a bit too many losses. But if you were to tell me like that fight with Teo, like in him, got ran back, and I want to say 2023, maybe 2022 at 140. I might have still taken Cam to win another split.
Nah, I think.
No,
I think.
no.
No,
Nah,
be real.
like-
No. Look, be real.
9 out of 10
If
times,
they
Teo
would have
beats
ran
him
it
9
back,
times.
if they would have ran it back at 40, Teo
Yo
would
lo
have won.
mata, man.
I don't know because I'm like,
Pero-
I'm not saying he would have dropped him again,
Pero
but it's like
great Teo. I'm gonna be real. Look, and I got him on my pound for pound. I don't want him there, but I'm not a hater, so I gotta acknowledge your resume. But being real, Teo is a B level fighter. He is a B minus. He's not an A level fighter.
Yeah.
He is not. He's not.
So B minus like an 84 or B minus like an 80, Jules?
Like an 80, bro. Like an 80. Like
Just barely?
He could pass the Regents, but not with honors. He could
But
pass
the
okay.
fact that he can't cut off the ring is a big flaw. That's a huge
I don't know. It's like
flaw.
it's not even that though. Like
It's
not cutting off the
huge.
ring is one thing, but it's like one thing that I noticed about fighters and something I criticize a lot. It's something I criticize with Torres too. It's when I see a lack of creativity on offense, and when you kind of see that, like when you're pressing forward, you see a lack of creativity. That's startling to me
the B
because it
level
means you
fighters.
can't throw a good punch.
The B level fighters throw the same combination over and over. All the B
Yeah.
level fight, they go for the same combination over and over. Just like you said, the A level fighters improvise. All of them. The Usyk, the Crawford, they all improvise. They do all this weird shit, all this crazy shit, and they'll find a way to punch you. Teo will try for the same punch that didn't work for 8 rounds and still be doing it round 10, round 11, round 12.
The thing is how my coach explained it before. Some guys they actually box, and some guys they do ego boxing. You know what I mean, like bully boxing.
Like ego lifting. Like ego lifting.
Yeah.
Like
There you
it's a
go.
tipo on Instagram that he puts all the 45-pound plates on the leg press. This shit look like, yeah, that's how you box, bro. You not getting nothing done doing that shit. Teo, you throwing this, when he fought Jermaine Ortiz, you have literally been trying for the same combination for 36 minutes and you haven't landed it.
Sandro
And you
Morin
don't-
too.
You don't know how to do anything else. That's why you're a B. I would grade Teo a B minus fighter. B is not bad, by the way. B is not bad. B is
It just means he's not elite. Yeah.
Yeah. No. He's elite. No. He's elite. And because he's a champion in his division. So you get the eliticism voucher, but that's saying that you're not a generational talent. You
No.
No. In no way, shape, or form.
You regular gas.
You good. You good. There's good, there's great, and there's legendary. And you are good. You're good. Good enough to beat certain guys.
Yeah.
You are. Ooh, I was about to say something disrespectful. Never mind.
Go ahead, say it. Say it.
I was gonna say he's
No.
what's it called? I was gonna say he's Buddy McGirt, but not that's not it. That's not it.
Nah.
That's not it. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Because that's why I was gonna
disrespectful
stop
to
myself.
Buddy.
That's why I
Like,
stopped
chill,
myself.
Buddy.
Wait,
Buddy
what?
better than that. You don't think Buddy better than that?
You would put Buddy ahead of Teo.
Let me look at Buddy.
For
career
now, yeah.
again. No.
Yeah.
Right. Let me look at
That's a
Buddy
bit
again.
much. I wouldn't go that far.
All right. Let's compare. Who had a better career, Michael Mora or Teo?
Mora.
More.
So
Yeah.
far.
Yo, his shit. Yo, he really. fell
He won
off.
light heavyweight and heavyweight. That's pretty damn hard to do.
Never lost that light heavyweight, by the way. Undefeated.
Okay.
Teo had
Sorry,
3
that-
belts at 135. He had 3 belts.
But wasn't more undisputed?
Moore had
light
3
heavyweight,
belts
or
at
he just had
heavyweight.
like one.
No, he
Undisputed,
was unified.
Oh, okay.
He was
okay.
unified.
And
Holyfield.
he had the ring.
Holyfield
And he had the ring.
Right. The win over Holyfield, the win over Loma. That's how I look at it.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
Holyfield.
Didn't he beat Evan Fields? He didn't beat Holyfield.
He beat Holyfield. Okay, he beat-
Yeah, that too.
He was
By the way,
losing his
by the
hair
way,
by then,
Heart
Jules.
murmur? He had the heart murmur?
Yeah, because of the steroids. because that's what that does. It gave my heart murmur. But yeah, I think Michael Moorer had a better career than Tio. I would say that. I would stand on that. Yeah, he did.
I just posted in the chat the video of Tio saying to Hearn, and this was months after the Loma fight, give me 10 million and I'll fight Devin Haney. 2 months after he beat Loma.
That's why that fight didn't happen, bro. That's why that fight didn't happen. It should have.
Or the $10 million.
And he's probably still gonna ask for, I mean, he may ask for 20 million. If he beats Barbosa, he may, I mean, I'm half expecting him to get on the mic and say, yep, I'll fight Ryan, I'll fight Devin, I'll fight the winner of those guys.
At this point, he knows he messed up once.
No, but also...
I don't know. I don't think he's that...
Here's the other thing. That fight between Tio and Devin, could it generate 10? Yes, but you don't ask for that. Y'all guarantees... No. If you do a fight between Devin, and I'm removing the Turkey Al Sheikh super duper bag, if we're talking about this as a business, you do a fight with Devin and Tio, the pot shouldn't be more than 6. And even that seems like a lot. 3 for you, 3 for you. That's the pot. If you can bring in more than that, then great, because that's the ideal scenario. If you can bring in more than what we spend, obviously that's great. But we can't break the bank before we sold the fucking ticket just to get y'all in the ring. And that's the problem with American boxing. If you want 10, right? You want 10. All right, so what does Devin get?
15.
Right? And then the fucking fight is $25 million, bro. How are you going to turn over a profit? How?
Yeah, no shit.
Fucking you guys are calling. Somebody got a rotary phone. Somebody got the rotary.
Yeah, I keep it like that. I'm old school, baby. All right. I used to have the phone where you knew who had the phone because you follow the cord under the door. You knew who had the phone in your house. You know, I come from that era.
But yeah, man, like it's impossible, and that's the case. That is the situation with most of the American boxers, without fail. If there are fights that are not happening, that is why. So when you got the Normans, think about it. If you give them Boots, I don't know what they're giving Boots. I'm gonna assume it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 and 3. And then you got the Normans who want 2. That puts the pot at close to 6. And that's right around the time they start thinking, do we do this as a pay-per-view? And I'm sorry, Boots versus Norman is not pay-per-view worthy. No, it's not. It's a good fight, but it's we shouldn't have to pay 50 to 80. No, we should not. We shouldn't.
Is it a good fight though?
Come on.
Because I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, look, let's be real. Like, I thought about it. I was like, I forgot who brought it up earlier. They said, hey, if you were confident in these fights, you go in. I'm like, I'm thinking about Stanionis, man. You talked all of that. I can sell in Lithuania, all this shit. You go in there and you quit.
Yeah, he quit.
He got beat up. He got beat up.
He quit.
He quit though. He quit. He quit. Come on, like we gotta. That's another thing that only in the last 20 years have people made a decision to not call it quitting. It's quitting, bro. You quit.
Like and from Eddie Hearn's perspective, we overpaid you to quit
for 6 rounds of work. They pay like it's good and bad that Boots did what he did, but just like you said, y'all paid that dude all that dough so he could give up at the midway point.
Yeah, but his coaches was seeing him. He was taking a lot of punishment. You know, pack up the night, man.
Shit, I
Save
don't
your
care.
fighter for another day,
bro. I paid
he wasn't gonna win.
Nah.
That's fucked
up.
Go
to sleep. Go to sleep, bro. Good night, bro.
I ain't gonna lie that I did want to see him get his ass beat a little more. I like where things were going. I like that he was fucked up. He got knocked down. I'm just being real that look, at the end of the day, quitting is quitting, man. And he quit. He did quit. Now, I ain't gonna say nothing else, but if somebody asks me, yo, what happened? Yo, the dude quit. That's what happened. He didn't want to come out for round 7. That's quitting. Yeah. What is that if not quitting?
I felt like I should have gotten half off the ticket. I paid $600 for it. I should have paid $300 for that if he was gonna quit for the midway point.
I had Jerron Boots Ennis knocking him out in the 6th round.
Damn.
I picked it.
Should have took that bet.
I think it's just too much violin playing over shit that's like, nah, homie. See, y'all making this super duper soft environment When it's like, nah, you talked a lot of shit, and when push came to shove, you quit. That's what happened. Like the Daniel Dubois shit a couple of years ago with Joe Joyce. Look, I'm not telling you a fractured orbital bone doesn't hurt. I'm not telling you, oh, you should have. No. We're just looking at the situation categorically because I saw another fighter suffer a fractured orbital bone and he didn't give up. His name is
10 more
Ignui.
rounds.
And yeah, there's a few different
Fought 10
guys.
more rounds.
There's a few different guys that did that.
So when you take a knee where other fighters did not, we supposed to feel sorry for you, bro? Like I know it hurt. Like I'm not knocking him, but it's like, yeah, like you quit. I don't know what the fuck else
Jules,
to
I
call
was just
that.
wondering, isn't in that fight, didn't he what's it called? During like the build up, right? Wasn't like Joyce's mom like
blind?
She like had something wrong with her? Yeah, bro. Yeah, and then he was like, yeah, you're not gonna see your son get his ass beat or what. And then you quit after saying that?
But in the end, he was right though, because he don't want to get his ass beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
in the end, he was right.
You don't got to see your son get his ass beat in there. Like, all right.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's been a few different guys who had crazier injuries that actually finished fights. Like back in the day, Arthur Abraham had his fucking jaw literally taken off his face against Edison Miranda, spitting blood and everything, and he still went out there and won that fight. So
Valdez fought with a broken jaw.
Yeah, all right, gentlemen. All right. I mean,
Paulie Malignaggi
sometimes
survived Cotto with his face broke down in half.
Oh yeah, but I don't think we can really take that kind of concept, right? Because speaking as a man that's fought and broke my hand, I broke my hand. I'm gonna tell you right now, that thing hurt like a son of a bitch. But I kept throwing it, and I know guys that were real tough guys broke their hand. They stopped in the fight, and I'm not gonna say they bitched up. I'm just saying that maybe their hand broke different.
Bro, the shit is, I didn't say bitched up. I didn't say good or bad. I'm saying that categorically, you quit. Billy Joe Saunders, when you caught that uppercut in your eye, you quit. You was the same one talking shit about Daniel Dubois. Remember? He's the same one. They got to kill me in there. Got to kill me. You quit,
to be
bro.
fair, I remember somebody showed the X-rays. They said, like, I think Regis saw it. He was like, I said he quit too. Then I saw the X-rays. It's like half his face was gone.
Yo, my dude, you're not hearing me. That my thing is this. It's simple, right? Everybody changing the rules for something that is established. It is what it is, dog. If you decide I will not continue, you gave up. No mas. Mm-hmm. That's categorically that's what that is. Like, what the fuck else we supposed to call it?
Right.
I don't know what else to call it. Like, yeah, the dude quit. Now, if you talking shit, that's even worse.
To be fair, you know what, Boots? He broke his will.
Okay, he broke his will. That does sound better.
That's why.
Okay. I'm saying he chose to get motherfucking J.K. Rowling with the shit. He broke his will. J.R. Tolkien with the shit and shit. Broke his will. He quit. Is what
he chose not to continue.
Broken, it's broken.
Shout out to Mr. Calderon. So how does that make Dev the Will Smith of boxing? Where that came from, bro?
Context?
Oh no, where that came from?
The Will Smith part. I mean, I be hearing the shit about his girl. I guess.
Cock.
Oh, like that. Like she got an organ.
Oh
wow. Nah, that don't surprise me.
Oh, you didn't hear? Actually, nah. I'm not going to hear that again. That was a while.
Type it in the tab, bro. It's too personal. Type it in the tab.
That shit was sad. Yeah, that shit was sad to look at,
bro.
bro.
Maybe I'm a little. Damn, what was that?
That shit with Gunna. I mean, or not Gunna.
Young Thug, yeah,
Young Thug.
What that she was? I heard about that shit, but that's obvious shit. Like, bro, come on, like, be real. She fucking with Devin cause he a lame with money. He's a lame that got money. Like, that's very obvious what's going on there. Like, yeah, you got money and you lame, so she gonna throw you a little slice of pussy for that, for a Birkin bag.
She saw those Super Mario boots and thought she could take run game on him.
Motherfucker that's willing to wear these. He wearing them Astro Boy boots. Oh yeah, this motherfucker's an idiot.
Got one.
Got them Astro Boy boots, dog. Like them big red joints.
Oh, them big red goofy ones?
Me love you long time.
For real, like it's very obvious, and that been the game for for a lot of joints. That's a profession is getting at
Yes,
them
of course.
athletes. So
Yep.
you
They're
got
they're
Unless you
that.
come
There's
they're
from
dudes that
one
got
of
hustlers.
those
stables of
modeling
women that
agencies.
put them on athletes. There's a dude that got a stable of hoes that they put them on $1 million athletes. That happens all the
Yeah,
time.
poke holes in the
Happens every
condom,
day.
have the baby, all the type of shit, dog.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's a whole hustle right
That's
there,
a whole
bro.
hustle. Yeah.
That's just like the dude from the NBA that just got caught up recently, like that, Jules.
Oh, Zion.
No, not Zion. Anthony Edwards.
Oh no, no,
Oh,
like what's it called? He handled that shit though, kind of. I never knew you could do
Nah,
that with
bro. They
child
said
support
that shit
payments.
ain't true though. That story was
Oh, did
nuts,
he
but it
did it?
wasn't true. They said it
Oh, that's
wasn't true.
insane.
Yeah.
so no
What I'm
child support
saying
money.
is, you gotta think about it that these joints, all they gotta do is squeeze out one basketball player's kid, and that's it, though. It is over. It's just a wrap, and they got your ass, and it was
Yeah.
all for a little slice of cuda, and that's it. That's how it happens, and they
Yeah.
got your ass for the next 18 years.
That's why you got to
Crazy.
double bag it.
Bro, that's why you gotta get a blowjob, nothing in their
That's
mouth.
it. That's it.
Like you play
Deuces.
you play you play a sport, right? Yeah, nut on her back, dog. Fuck is you doing? You're bugging. You are bugging. So yeah, we got 2 fights this weekend, 2 cards. Dalton Smith, he gonna fight some dude. I don't know who that dude is, but after
He's a
that,
Canadian club fighter like Claggett, Jules. He's with
but after
Eye of the Tiger.
no. Do you think I'm gonna ask, the question is before I go take a piss? Do you guys think that Dalton Smith could beat Alberto Puello?
Hmm.
Yeah, I know I
gotta
made y'all
watch more
ass.
Alberto
I made
Puello.
y'all ass nervous with that one.
I say
I'm
yes
pondering.
because I think Puello's gonna be a little bitch and try to stick and move and stay away.
But Puello hits kind of hard though, like underrated power. I don't think you want to. Those guys are very annoying to fight because it's like he has the power to hurt you and knock you out, but you know that's never gonna happen. That power is just there to keep you off.
Well, that's what I mean though. Is he gonna commit to it? Because Smith is gonna come after his ass. It's not like he's gonna be laying back and just waiting for Puello to throw his bullshit 1-2 and then keep moving. He's gonna go after him.
Yeah, but I don't see
I,
Smith as like a pressure guy. He's more like a boxer puncher that comes forward at times.
yeah, but that's
Well,
kind of
that's
like
what he's gonna
Gary
have to
Antoine
do
Russell.
regardless.
Yeah, true.
He did that against Gary Antoine Russell, and Alberto Puello boxed brilliantly. He gave him a boxing lesson.
Yeah, that shit was that shit made me change my
And
opinion. on him.
and I think Dalton Smith has that same kind of pressure. I mean, Gary Antoine Russell in his own right is a strong fighter. I mean, he came in that fight with 100% knockout ratio, if I'm not mistaken.
A bit misleading, but yeah.
Yeah, a bit, yes, but a strong fighter. I gave him that much, And Dalton Smith, I think that he has a similar style, and Gary Antoine Russell as a fighter, he's kind of smart. If you talk to him, like he knows what he's doing, and the way he got outsmarted in that fight with a little bit of timing, him sitting back countering him, he didn't really make the kind of adjustments to like turn the fight back around. He kept going the same way, and I was like, that had to be in part to Alberto Puello's boxing ability. So at least I give him that much.
All right, so I'm saying no. I do not think Dalton Smith is beating that dude. Honestly, probably should pick someone else if he can, but I don't know who else is available as champ. Actually, he should pick Gary. What am I talking about? That should be the guy he's going after.
It's a unification.
No, it's not. Dalton Smith doesn't have a
Smith
belt.
doesn't have a belt.
No. I thought you meant Puello. I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
No. But yeah, he should. I thought he probably should have gone after like Gary. That would be an easier fight. But hey, if he wants to try Puello, I think he's gonna lose.
I would like a future
The
fight.
The problem is that the PBC doesn't negotiate in a way that I don't think that fight's going to happen. I have a feeling that they're going to try to either keep that belt in their realm between him and Russell, or they're going to give up that belt and then just have Puello fight Russell for his belt. That's probably what's going to happen.
Lie to you, bro.
You don't think
hearing you.
Gary will fight Tio
What?
in the
Nah,
future?
Nah. No.
Tio's
Yeah,
not
what?
fighting
Yo,
Gary
you
Antoine
lost me.
Russell.
You lost
No
me on that.
way.
No, I
Well,
think
what do you
Tio
mean?
would
It's a
fight Gary.
unification for the
I don't
WBO
think that's
and the
happening, bro.
WBA. Gary Antoine
Tio's moving
Russell's.
up.
I don't
Tio's
see
moving
Tio
up.
sticking around at 40 much longer.
Yeah.
If they don't offer him a unification, you don't think he'll fight him?
Nah.
No?
You know, I don't see
He's
why
that
that
much of a
fight shouldn't
bitch,
happen.
Tio.
Yo, round one. Not that you mentioned it. I don't see why not. Because like, look, he's a pressure fighter. Antoine Russell's a pressure fighter,
Right.
and Tio likes to box on the back foot. Hey, I can see something, with that fight happening. You know what I mean? I don't see why not. They should negotiate that fight since Top Rank and the PBC are rumored to be working together in the future. Still skeptical about it, but hey, why not?
Yeah, well, I'm on the same boat as you. I'm skeptical.
Yeah, well, we just got Top Rank working with the PBC with Jerron Busanis and Stanionis. It would be the same thing with Top Rank doing a Mario Barrio fight. He's a PBC fighter. So if they're working together, you already see. I'm just establishing a working relationship, a bit one. And
well, let's see if those fights actually come to fruition. Because it's one thing to talk about them, but until those dudes are in the ring, I'm not believing this so-called partnership that they're talking about.
Well, I'm just saying the partnership right now, it already occurred with Jerron Busanis and Stanionis. That was a
that's
PBC.
Matchroom and
that's Matchroom and PBC.
I'm sorry. You're right. I caught myself right there at the end. I'm sorry. And that's Matchroom and yes. So, but I got it confused with the future possible fight. That's what I was messing it up.
Like if they do Janabek against Lara or Adamus, then I'll believe there's a real possibility.
I don't like you guys keep talking about this, but like, hey, bro, like, what's his name? The guy at PBC said it at best, bro. If two fighters want to fight, they're gonna fight. It doesn't matter about promotions or anything about that. I do not believe Tio cares to fight Gary Antoine Russell, not because he's afraid of him or anything, but because he does not view that as a big fight. This is a dude that said fuck Subriel Matias. That was a way bigger fight than a lot of stuff he could have at 140, and he said fuck that fight. So why is he gonna fight some random black dude from DC?
Well,
yeah, you have to say it like that.
Everybody's gonna say that Subriel Matias is a one-dimensional fighter and everything like that.
And Gary isn't.
and they say all these things about these kind of fighters and stuff, but like I ask myself this very question as a coach, right? If you put your fighter in against a fighter like such as Subriel Matias, you gotta ask yourself this one question: at what cost? How much damage is your fighter gonna take trying to secure that win, even if he wins? A fighter like Subriel Matias, those kind of guy, those are bludgeon fighters. They really
those guys are
early.
Those guys are grinders. They grind you down.
And the thing is that you might say, yeah, he gets hit a lot or this, that. Well, don't worry about Subriel's welfare, his being. Just beat him. And I want to see these guys that all claim, oh, he's one way, he's this, he's that. I'm like, okay, well, he's right there. Show me. I want to see it. Because
the thing is, most dudes like Matias that fight in that big pressure fighter, come forward, throw 100 punches around, most dudes will not take those guys on. It usually ends up having to be guys that are in the same boat as Matias, where they're not really being checked for, and so they're like, well, fuck it. If I gotta beat this dude in order to make my name, then oh well, I'm gonna take the fight. The guys who are usually the stars of the so-called division, they're usually not gonna fight guys like that if they don't have to.
Yeah, because Matias is, I'm telling you, at what price are you know, how much damage is your fighter gonna take? It's you know, it's, you got to think about those kind of things when you, and that's why I think Richard Hitchison, you know, he's all bark, and he's highly avoiding Tio and taking a fight with George Kambosos, which, like, I'm outraged because, like, how the hell is George Kambosos even worthy? And then Brian Norman, Richard Hitchison's team was saying, oh, there's a line to things in order, and Subriel lost to Liam Paro, so why should we fight him? Yeah. And you know, and then they asked Subriel Matias, listen, fight these guys for a title eliminator. Well, I did what you was asked of me, and now all of a sudden you guys are giving.
He knows, bro.
Guys?
He knows,
You know?
bro. Like Hitchens knows that style for him, he'll get his ass beat, bro. Subriella walk him down, beat his ass.
Walk
I
him
still
down,
think,
bro.
I still think that shit. Like, bro, Hitchens knows. If you had to go through all that shit with little ass Gustavo, and Gustavo is a goddamn garden gnome, and you had to go through all that shit with him, Subriel beat your ass. He will beat your ass. I don't think he's gonna fight him personally. I would love to
Yo,
see it,
Jules.
but I don't think it's gonna happen. Go ahead.
Jules, while you were gone, we were talking about, Gary Antoine Russell, and round one brought up a fight between him and Teofimo. Wouldn't that be like a style matchup that kind of plays in Teo's hand?
Stylistically, being real, stylistically, it's a good style for Tio to fight. But physically, you already saw with Claggett, you're starting to see the wrinkles that even when you're in a fight with a guy whose style favors your own that plays into your hands, you still can't stay in character because the physical part is catching up to you. You don't punch as hard as you used to. You just don't. And if you can't keep the guy off, what's going to happen? If you can't keep the guy off, because he got lumped up in the Claggett. I love the fight. The fight is like, bro, that's a great fight. Antoine Russell, Gary Antoine Russell versus Teofimo is a great fight. It's a great fight.
Yeah.
And it's a great fight because of what y'all saying. I don't know if Tio wins that fight. I'm not even joking. I'm not high on Gary Antoine Russell at all, but I look at his size, his power, and that he's persistent. And you couldn't keep a domestic level Canadian club fighter off of you. Gary Antoine Russell actually has an okay amateur background. He beat Boots
more
in the
than
amateurs.
okay. That is a former Olympic alternate.
Oh, see, I didn't know that he made.
Oh no, my bad. Not ultimate, straight up Olympian. My mistake. He just lost early.
I didn't know that he made it that far. But you see the point that I'm making. That honestly, I don't know who wins that fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Gary overpowers him because that's what I keep seeing. Gary's too big, too persistent, and you don't punch that hard, and you don't punch enough. That if shit is getting ugly, you won't trade. You'll.
It sounds like you described the Jose Valenzuela fight.
I'm saying, bro. Pero yo dije, I said that, bro. Yo lo dije. Fucking Ray. I fucking told you, Ray. I told you that day. Jose not winning that fight, dog. Rayo not winning that fight.
My bad. I thought
Gary
Jose could be better than Bartholomew, bro.
Gary is ass. I'm telling you, he's too big for him, bro. And I'm looking at Tio. I'm like, yeah, see, you're not really gonna make this a dog fight to get respect. You're gonna try for your 1 or 2 punches, trying to be pretty, trying to land hard. It may not be enough, bro. You might have to, you know what I mean? You might get grinded down in that fight, yeah. And I'm not high on Gary, by the way, but he's a big 140. He's got size for that weight.
He is.
So
he got outboxed by Puello, though. He took him to school.
Puello no, pero también Puello no es pequeño. Puello would be you know.
Claro,
you know that Puello would be horrible for Teofimo. That would be a horrible fight.
That's
for
a nightmare
Teofimo.
fight. Yes.
He's got height. He's got length. He can move. He's got long strides. He's gonna, bruh. That's a horrible fight.
He's nice on the inside, in close.
So these guys, I mean, but do you kind of see what I meant about Tio now? That like you looking at guys like Gary Antoine Russell does not have the resume of a Tio. Alberto Puello does not have the resume of a Tio, but these guys are dangerous for Tio. Yeah. Whereas if he was that Inui or that Usyk, you say, yeah, the guy is, but you're confident he can handle it. You know, Usyk he can handle it. He's fucking Usyk. He can handle it. You know, he's Inui. He can handle it. He's Crawford. You know, like I don't have that kind of faith in Tio, dog. I do not.
No, you're right about that.
So going back to your question earlier, you know, can Dalton Smith beat him? And I think he has a shot. I don't see how much Puello can maintain that hand speed over the course of 12 rounds. And there has to be a reason why this guy kind of cheapens his, you know, his output, you know, because I don't think he's probably that good on the inside. And Dalton, that's probably his best bet. Is
Dalton has to get to him though. He has to get to him without getting hit with shit. You know what I mean? Well, I hate those situations where you got to get to the guy because you know that means that one of the guys is running. You know?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Sandor Martin had a good account of himself. He was doing great work in the first half of the fight. I just felt like he didn't close the show. But as far as the to getting in on him, he showed you can.
Yeah, and he's not a big puncher, Sandor. We know that.
Yeah, no,
Dalton
forget
can
about it.
punch.
You
Dalton
can't.
can punch like well enough.
Yeah, Don Flamenco was making Puello look bad.
Yo,
Nah,
I
but
remember
you know what
after
it
the
might
fight,
be?
there was some people that said Sandor won, that they had it for
Yeah.
Sandor. I remember that.
But the thing is, you know what
Yeah.
that might be, and I just like realized like I don't know what it is. Sometimes when you see like two pure boxers like fight each other, it's almost like they both know nothing's about to happen and nothing's like to worry about. Like, hey, bro, I know I'm not about to get hit with shit right now.
Like
Because I
Shakur
remember,
Stevenson.
yeah, man, yo, two
Yeah,
boring
you know who came up
motherfuckers
with a
magically
term for
having a
that,
brawl.
Joel? Teddy Atlas. Teddy Atlas called it the silent agreement, basically saying, "You don't hit me, I don't hit you."
Nah, it's a better agreement. You can't punch, I can't punch. We know what's about to happen today.
Because fucking Shakur was
Shakur
fighting like
Stevenson and
Shakur was
Edwin.
fighting like fucking Arturo Gatti in there, bro. He's letting him go, man. He's doing his
That's
shit.
more than one occasion because that was Shakur and also Nicotilia.
Yeah, no, Nicotela's not a pure boxer. And you know why Shakur respected him. He felt his power. He's like, nah, fuck that shit. I gotta be careful. This guy hit hard. I was gonna say Shakur versus what's the other time that he was like getting wild with the dude? Oh, Jamel Herring. He got wild with Jamel. He
Can't
knocked
punch.
him out. I ain't say that, Ray. I didn't say that. You said that. But
So
so
I
if,
am.
so if Jamel is here, because he be around, he be around.
Hey.
You're looking
I
at
ain't
the
So
say
chat.
that
to
shit,
Jamel
Jamel.
Herring for the armed services and everything, but hey man, the only person you were decapitating was Carl Frampton. That was it.
Nah, he did beat Lamont Roach. Come on, don't do that. He did
No.
beat
I'm
Lamont.
not saying he can't fight. I'm saying like the only person you're like beat like he really beat the life out of Carl Frampton.
He
Like
did beat the shit out of Carl. I just remembered like he
Yeah, he
fucked
beat him into
up.
retirement.
Carl, I don't know why Carl thought he could go up there. Like you bugging, Carl. You've been watching too many
he
Rocky
looked like
movies,
he was
my
fighting
guy.
a skyscraper.
But Carl was a tough little bastard. That's why he thought he could do it, Jules. He was definitely
tough,
like a
I ain't
Rocky.
gonna lie. He was a tough motherfucker. Like
Yeah, he was.
I didn't think he was gonna beat Leo in the first fight. That shit surprised me when he beat Leo, dog. Fought a good fight in that fight. Leo chicken shit ass. He won a rematch. Don't give him the trilogy. That
Was Leo really
used
like that before?
Yeah, he was at the lower weights. Yeah, Leo.
Yeah, Leo was good when he was at 118. Once he got to
Yeah.
122, he started acting like a hoe.
Like a bitch, and definitely at 126.
Yeah.
The whole 126 campaign was pure bitchness, just pure assness.
Avoided Lee Wood for 3 years. Never gave him the fight, and then fucking gave up the belt like a bitch instead of fighting.
was
him.
tired,
my
bro.
man. Look,
That's
you let Gary Antoine Russell put the pause on your daddy, bro. Like, yo, you not gonna do nothing, bro. Wow.
Yo, the reason why he named his son after Al Haim is because he saved him from fighting Rigo.
Yeah, because Rigo would have. I ain't gonna lie, Rigo would have beat his ass. He would have beat his ass
Mercilessly.
And that's when Rigo was Rigo. You know, when he was Rigondial. You know, he's still fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad.
Insane, bro.
Sad.
Oh, he gotta fight Inouye. Inouye gotta
He's
fight him.
46 years old, and that motherfucker's still out here.
It.
That's crazy. He is
That's
40.
some shit.
He's he's older than that, Ignacio. That motherfucker is 55 out here fighting people. That motherfucker is
Some people
55.
are just
I don't know. I remember someone talked about it. They said like he smiled and they said like, yo, you could see like the wrinkles from his eyes just go like crazy, bro. Like that dude's
My
old
dude,
as hell.
like if he smiled, dog, the shit looked like it looked like a sand dune or some shit. Like it's just striations.
Bro, he smiles and he looks like a fucking encyclopedia.
For real, dog. You know what I'm saying? I heard he melted down his 2 gold medals and shit. I was like, that's sad. Dog.
Nah, you lying, bro.
No, wait,
No,
Jules, that
I'm
wasn't
dead
him.
ass.
I thought it was Gamboa who did that.
No,
That's
it was
still
Rigo
horrible
that.
regardless.
No, it was Rigo that did that, my
Gamboa
dude.
didn't.
thought
Wasn't
he
he going
sold
to
it.
jail for running over a girl out there in
Cuba, man.
what
He's
the-
in
in
jail.
Cuba?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran her over. He killed her.
Wait, hold on. Gamboa went back
Yes.
to Cuba?
Yeah,
No, he
Oh,
was in
wait.
Cuba. They let him go from the trial to take the fight against. I forget who he was fighting at that time, but he had to go back for the vehicular
I would have went
homicide.
to Canada. Fuck that shit. I would have went to Canada. You motherfucker wouldn't have
Yeah,
seen
stay
me.
with
after
Michael.
Motherfucker
Michael
wouldn't have seen me after that, bro. Like, yeah, I'll be back, yo.
He ran her over in a sports car.
Oh shit, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Nobody went out worse than Felix Diaz. I mean, Felix Verdejo.
Verdejo.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh my
Shit.
god.
I
Shit.
couldn't believe that shit, dog. The details was horrific, bro. Of the
Yeah,
case.
they said that he had like her like tied up or something and like shot. Oh man, wasn't she
That's
pregnant too?
crazy. Yeah, she was pregnant, bro.
Yeah, that's why he killed her, because she wouldn't give up, like she wouldn't get an abortion. And that fucking
And he
dummy
threw
was
her off
married.
a bridge, right? He threw her off a bridge.
Yeah,
or some
after they
shit?
killed
You know
her.
how, yo, my dude, you know how scared you gotta be of your wife to kill a bitch? Yo,
Yep.
I know
Yeah,
it's
but
not
I
funny.
heard-
It's not funny,
But I
bro.
heard the girl's father was somebody.
No, eso es lo que yo oí también, that the girl's
Yeah,
father
he was somebody. So
Well, that explains it. That explains it.
Wait, he's is he Verdejo dead now or something?
No, he's in prison.
Oh,
his
okay.
wife-
he
Okay.
probably
His
dead
wife-
in prison.
His wife was connected to unsavory people. His wife was connected to unsavory people.
Oh,
Gangstalicious people, murderous people. And you out here fucking young bitches. And it's like, yo, why you ain't nut in her mouth? What is going on? If nut in these bitches' mouth, dog? Like, what is happening?
Well, pero en los caseríos, tú sabes, lo que ellos estaban diciendo, what they were saying was, he was fucking with this chick way before
That's
he
what I
started
heard.
fucking, right,
That's
with
that,
the big
he,
Willie.
that he been
Right.
that he been fucking with her. He
Right,
been
he was
knew her.
been fucking with her, so we all like, and then he couldn't just leave her alone.
Pussy was
And
good,
then
man.
she popped up and was like, "Estoy preñada," and
Nah.
he lost his mind.
I know
See, this new generation, Jules. They haven't heard. Put it in her mouth.
I was gonna say, like, look, ponlo tú, Ignacio. If every time you see the bitch, she offer you pussy in mouth, you're not gonna leave her alone, bro. No, nobody's gonna. If you know the other bitch, the side bitch, you go to side bitch, it's either pussy in mouth, no complaints, and a sandwich afterwards. Yeah, you're not leaving her alone.
Yeah,
bro.
no,
You're
I-
yeah.
not
I've
leaving
never-
her
I
alone.
ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not gonna get in this conversation because I can't back out of a garage. My pullout game is trash. All right, so I'm not gonna even go down there. So
No, I'm just saying that I figure that there's only a couple of ways this goes down, because you know, if you figure he's fucking with the bitch for a long time, that means
Right.
you could have cut her off at any time, though. That's what that means.
Yeah.
You could have cut her off at any time. There has to be a reason that you didn't. And I figure, well, look, you go over there, you get some pussy, you get some mouth, and then you get a sandwich afterwards. Yeah, I'm not leaving. Yeah,
right.
I'm here for the long term. Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be here a while.
Sandwich, yeah.
You know what
Hey
I'm
yo,
saying?
when she's that type where you open the door and she don't argue or nothing.
Yeah,
stick
she don't give
around.
you a hard time. It's an
Right.
escape porque
She
la
gonna
otra
stay-
tipa.
Ah,
A lo mejor
bro,
la otra
they-
tipa is a fucking headache, bro. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
wife is probably a fucking headache. So he goes to the
Did you
other
guys like
joint.
ever hear like what was happening to him before like that shit happened too, bro? Like his entire career just looked like it was just like falling off randomly. Like before he lost his first fight to I think it was like Lozado or something, some random Mexican dude
Mhm.
falls in the shower, busts his head or whatever. Oh my bad. And before that, he got into a motorcycle accident.
The motorcycle accident is what a lot of people said ruined him, that he was never the same after that accident. I remember hearing that to no end after that. The motorcycle
The s-
accident is actually what
The
ruined
skin
him.
grafts, all that shit.
Quién sabe? Because I
marks.
don't know what other injuries he got off of that. To me,
No, though, you know, he got another injury. Like literally, he fell in the shower and got injured.
wow, bro.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
like
Life alert, bro. Life alert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm
most
following
I can
like-
say is, pero también yo voy a decir esto. When I saw Felix, and I like the videos are like these are really old videos, by the way, but they're up. I was never sold on him, and I was never sold on Edgar. The one Puerto Rican prospect that I was sold on from the moment I saw him was Xander. Felix, I never thought Felix was all that. And Edgar, I was like, I said it before them that a guy with 16 first round knockouts has no rounds, no experience. I can't trust him. I didn't say anything bad because I didn't know that he would turn out the way that he did, Edgar. So I didn't know it was going to be that bad. I didn't expect Marcelo Coceres to expose you like that. But I was never sold on Edgar, and I was never sold on Felix. The one
What
guy
about
that I
Cotto's?
was, the one guy that I was sold on, and I am sold on, is Xander. And when he fights Sebastian, I have him beating Sebastian Fundora. Xander's going to beat him. He's going to take those titles from him if they fight. I got that. Got that shit.
I think so. I think.
Now,
he's
but
ready.
is
I
that
think
going
the
to be a
kid's ready.
fucking pay-per-view if Top Rank don't get a deal?
I don't know, bro. También, the top rank shit, it needs answers, bro, because they have 50 years in the game, over 50 years. So it's kind of like you trust them to land on their feet. But it's Todd do both now. It's not Bob. So do you trust them?
And like you
I
said
don't
on the
know.
relay episode you did, like that timing of the lawsuit and their recent ratings, let's be honest, in the last 2 years have been utter shite.
They've been shite.
Yeah, Bob doesn't he doesn't do the every day-to-day affairs anymore. He hasn't done it for like 6-7
Ese
years.
tipo tiene como 93 años. Ya
He's
ese
just the
tipo está-
face. He's just the
Yeah.
And
face.
fellas,
he just
look
shows
at
up.
how this. Remember how they said they're going to team up Voltron, and look at the first thing that happened when they did. Samson Lemkowitz is being snaky, and Moretti has to come out and say, like, "Nah, motherfucker, we offered him more." So like,
But it's,
like,
but it's happening. But it is, the good news is that it is happening. That's the good news, that this could work because you don't have nothing for them dudes to do. También, what was Edwin De Los Santos gonna do if he doesn't get his ass beat by Shakur? What was he gonna do?
Go
Nothing.
back
How
to the
much-
Dominican.
but how much?
Inactivity.
You know this, Jules. How long can 200K, 250K that Edwin will get last in the DR?
Not a lot. It once them prostitutes come around. Not.
Fucking Jules over
Well, you
here.
know,
acting
he's
like-
right though, fella, because I saw a report that like the strip clubs in them third worlds are like pricing out the locals because all the fucking passport bros going over there, they're raising the prices in them strip clubs. Like, nah, we want American money now.
Just being
Damn,
real,
inflation
dog,
hit the
like,
strip clubs in other countries too. I thought it was just the restaurants.
look, pussy is the oldest commodity known to man, dog. Pussy is never gonna go out of style. So that pussy, you could run through 200K with some pussy, dog. You know what I'm saying? So
Jules will be like, dale que tú puedes.
no, not me, because look, I am vehemently against spending excessive amounts of money for coochie. I find it ridiculous. Like, nah, you could tell a bitch a couple of jokes. It's easier ways to get us some cooch, and then yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you tell a bitch a couple of jokes and you get some cooch.
Jules like, I ain't paying no light bills. Fuck off.
That shit is crazy. The convenience is that it's the speed of the cooch. That, look, bitch, money, cooch. It happens quickly. It's like popping a meal in a microwave. You know, instant cooch. That's the good thing. But I don't want it that way. I want a bitch to like me and want to give me a blowjob and shit like that. Like, I like shit like that. You know.
You're not Teofimo.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, yeah, here's this money. Let me get. I can't do that. That's not me. You know, but yeah, you
but
pay for the convenience.
I think when it comes to cooch, there's levels to this. You gotta have some looks. You know what I'm saying?
No, espera. No, wait. Fight. La otra vaina es que, mira, don't be afraid to fuck a fat bitch. Like, what?
Oh no.
Don't be afraid.
Nah, bro.
You ever
That's
kiss
a-
one in the rain?
So I've heard it all.
Be strong.
I've heard it all. Fuck fat bitches, but don't fight fat dudes on this channel.
Yeah. Trying to tell you, them fat dudes
Fuck
can
that,
fight,
dude. I
man.
don't
Trying to
do
tell you,
space-
dog.
I don't do Space Mountain, bro. I'm sorry. No.
Listen,
It's
fat
it's
pussy
the
is plumpy.
country. You heard the saying that don't go to the market on an empty stomach. You know that saying, right?
Yeah,
It's the
I
same
heard it.
logic. It's the same logic. If you running around, you hot to try, you're gonna be going crazy out here.
But Jules,
Fat
in,
bitches.
remember, in space, nobody can hear you scream. Okay?
Listen,
No.
man.
No.
Man. Shout out to Jim Ryu. Salute Ring IQ. Just wanted to show some love to the channel and all the hard work you put in. Got me through a long day in the office. Chipping in for that coffee. Appreciate you, bruh. Gabby Fundora for the KO in the 7th round on Saturday. For those that don't know, Gabby's coming back.
I
She's
like
gonna
that.
beat that girl up. She's gonna
I
beat
like
that girl
that.
up.
Yeah,
She's gonna
she
beat her up.
is.
I just want to see Charles Conwell on that fight on the card.
That's what
Got
I was
5.
gonna say for those that haven't seen Charles Conwell yet, because he's kind of like the least talked about guy at 154, but he's actually good. Like he's like a dark horse at 154. Look out for Charles Conwell on the undercard if you haven't seen him fight already, because he's a good fighter.
Is he fighting somebody good or is
No,
Nah, it's a stay busy fight.
No, it's a Golden Boy show, Ray. Come on.
Yeah, it's a stay busy fight.
It's a Golden Boy
I
show,
got
bro.
I got Gabby stopping her earlier than that. I got her like 4-5.
I could see that because it's simple. When a fight is that tall, everybody ends up on the same boat. You could fight however you fight 95% of the time. With her, the assignment, you got to get close to her. And I don't think you're going to be able to do that. I think you can get fucked up trying to do that. That's what I think.
She punches hard.
No, the best thing about her, honestly, it's not just the power. It's that she's accurate. And it's because she doesn't hold her feet. She moves the whole time, moves forward, moves back, moves to the side. So you always struggling to get close to her. She doesn't just jab and hold her feet. She moves. So for all them girls are shorter than her. So y'all all on the same boat. Y'all all gonna have the same assignment. Try to get close to Gabby and
throw the overhand.
Try.
Try to throw the overhand, right?
And this girl, the girl's actually good. This is kind of the sad part, that the girl she's about to be, she's actually good.
She's just not gonna close the distance on Gabby, and I know that.
Yeah,
Gabby,
like I did the video on it. If you try to fight her from the outside, you're gonna get the shit beaten out of you on the out because you don't have the height to be on the outside of her.
Yeah.
If you try to close the distance, you're gonna get fucked up. You're gonna get outgunned. So you don't win this thing.
Yeah, I think her pretty face is gonna get mushed up.
Fight.
Yeah, because she's a pretty joint. She's a pretty joint. Marilyn Balillo. She's pretty joint, but she's gonna get fucking dog walked, dog. Like she's gonna get fucked up, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that,
good.
I was gonna say the next day is Liam Cameron against Ben Whitaker. Jules, does that happen?
No, I mean, I think that Ben is gonna get him this time. I do. I think Ben is gonna get him for real this time. But I already sold my stock, Ignacio. By me. He's not gonna be shit, bro. I mean, you're right. You're right. Like, why would I even have stock to sell? This dude's the whole 5 fights of this guy's first career is him showboating, shaking and shimmying and doing stupid shit instead of fighting. So but I looked at him. He's not gonna be shit, bro. He's another Josh Kelly to me.
He's gonna plateau at domestic level.
Yeah, like you're not gonna make it to world level. All that shaking and shimmying and acting fucking stupid. It was always too early for that dumb shit. And I never liked that shit. Like, bro, fight. These dudes is here for you to get experience, and you over here acting stupid, trying to go viral and shit. The fuck is wrong?
Trying to walk like the Egyptian.
But where would we watch it, Ignacio? Peacock don't have the deal with Boxer anymore.
Oh shit! I was about to say, because I didn't.
It's on Triller, bro. It's fucking bullshit.
Is it free?
Drew? Wow.
No, you know it's not.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
Do your Saturday, Superstar impersonation. Fire Stick Boys outside for that one.
Fuck
that's
that
the Saturday,
shit.
right?
No, because I'm watching
Sunday.
Smith. It's on Sunday.
That fight's on Sunday.
Wow. I mean, like, I could probably get like a joint where I could watch it, but I ain't going live for that. I'm not. I'm gonna go live for the Golden Boy show and the Matchroom show on Saturday. The Golden Boy show on Friday and the Matchroom show on Saturday. But I'm not gonna be going live for Ben. I'll watch that shit.
It's on Saturday too.
Yeah, I gotta catch WrestleMania on Sunday. Fuck that shit.
Anyway,
you're not gonna watch Benjamin Whitaker?
Whitaker, bro. He be quitting. I'm about to go to sleep. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. Country. Fuck more fat bitches.